Show love. Let's get it in. ST. Yeah, hey yo, I'm still waiting for Mrs. Right to hit my life. I'm still waiting for Pippin White to flip tonight. Still waiting to work with Dr. and Kanye. I'm still waiting for my day. I'm still waiting to parlay with hella loot. I'm still waiting till my mom's living better soon. Shit, cause my life's still raw. I'm 20-something years old and I'm still poor. Dog, I'm still waiting for my props, cause they be hating on me in my hood non-stop. I'm still waiting to go pop. That was just a joke, but picture me on top. I'm still waiting for the cheddar, the 2012 Benz with plush leather. I'm still waiting for a hit record. I know it's not far, but I'm trying to be a star. So I guess I gotta rap subpar, cause they ain't feeling you when your bars is like raw. Kim J the Kiss, M.O.P. and Nas.
Good evening, my fellow troglodytes, Neanderthals, hairy knuckle apes, chicken littles, and boys crying wolf. Everybody else in the red pill manosphere, and to all of my good, faithful family, welcome to the Good Faith Podcast, where we maneuver around toxic debauchery, attempting to find harmony with our fellow man and dissect society's caustic degeneracy. If it's a pre-apocalyptic dystopia that you seek, then look no further, because here it is. I'm your host, Ninja Bullock. We understand you could have been a million other places, and the time's the most precious commodity any of us have, so from the bottom of our heart, we'd like to share our gratitude with all of you. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Due to the sensitive nature of some of our topics, we hope you will shield youngins from some of the vulgarity that may be spewed here. It must be noted that the views expressed by the panel are not necessarily the views of the Good Faith Podcast, and we're not liable for any results incurred by the utilization of our advice. Nor are we a fiduciary and assume no culpability of investment performance as a result of following our financial advice. Our simple aim is to entertain and
Kelly
inform.
Bullock said, "Hi, Chris."
Hi, Mom. Anybody living in the greater Philadelphia area interested in making an appearance on our show can reach me in a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Christopher Bulick. See our Patreon link in the description if you'd like to make a campaign contribution to facilitate our meteoric rise.
I open a savings account in your name. That way, 500 years later, it'll be worth billions. Billions.
Oh, I like money.
As a candidate of the people, I solemnly swear I won't misappropriate the funds. I won't spend them at Myrtle Beach golf courses. I won't gas up a corporate jet to fly to Tulum. I won't fund arms dealers in the Middle East with Stinger missiles and Harrier jets. I won't buy stupid shit.
There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
In all seriousness, times are tough. Any proceeds we receive will be going towards avoiding eviction, keeping the lights on, medicating Clark with all of his health concerns, and feeding our gracious guests. Once again, if you feel you've been given value by us, it takes a little extra effort to like and subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button. You'll notice some upgrades. We're slowly building momentum, slowly, becoming a better podcast. Got 2 new microphones, got the dollar sign, got the crucifix neon light. And it's like we're entirely viewer supported at this point, and self-sufficient at this point. We're still not monetized yet, so we just need to keep on churning out these episodes. Eventually we're going to be a highly profitable small business. But this is your notification. The Good Faith Podcast is now available on not only YouTube, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and RSS.com. We'll keep pushing out these episodes so long as our following stays growing. We don't have to go over all the people that have listened to us in certain places. If you've listened to us and you're from far away, we appreciate you. You fill my heart with joy every time I see you. If you'd be so kind, chat while we're live and let us know where you're living. We'll try and target your demographic with content specific to you. The path for our notoriety will be for our listeners to spread the good word of the pod. If you have somebody in mind who would agree with our content, if they may be informed, or even if they want to ridicule us, send a link to your friends and family. All publicity is good publicity. Our objective is to have a balance between the red and the blue. So if you have somebody in mind who enjoys listening to pods, please spread our channel. And Cherney, do you want to give your rendition of the Iriyubiamu excerpt?
Not really.
Give it a try.
We support bratty toxicity if people don't have a differing opinion to your own. I don't know exactly how he words it, but it's how I'm wording it.
Iriyubiamu.
And it stands for I respect your opinion only because it aligns with my own. Hashtag Iriyubiamu.
Our other movement is the hashtag FYB movement. Please spread awareness of our cause. Have you ever been minding your own business and somebody's demon spawn bothers you because their supervisor didn't keep their device's battery charged enough? Fuck that baby. Everybody knows that it takes a village to raise a child. Or two responsible adults who know the inherent risk of sticking an unprotected and engorged penis inside an ovulating, quivering vagina. The risk is childbirth. Don't get me wrong, I have a deep affinity for all of my family, my friends' family, and the children of great stand-up parents who instill discipline in their children and raise contributing, kind members of society. To everybody whom that doesn't pertain to, fuck them. I hope that there's spiking on artificial sweeteners, Red 5, and Ritalin. They slip on a banana peel like it's Mario Kart. Hashtag fuck yo baby.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
So it's babies, not kids anymore?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of interchangeable. Just like any small human being who is not a member of my family or friendship and is annoying, you know.
What if they are annoying and part of your friendship?
Well, like I can't fucking say fuck
Sure you can.
them. Like
I will.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
If they're annoying, they need to be disciplined. If your friend's not doing that, you just tell them to do that.
I have to tend to agree. Although like it just like the optics on telling your family member or your friend fuck their baby is a lot more
you
serious.
could probably say it in a nicer way still. You don't have to say fuck your baby. You can say, hey, maybe you should discipline this child.
Nah, but it's just so much easier to say those three simple words.
I mean,
Fuck yo baby. Hashtag fuck yo baby. Fuck yo kid. Fuck them all. So we got an action-packed episode. I want to get into all the current events that are going on and talk about what we're going to be doing next week. So I'll wait for some of these people to trickle in. We'll get into the fragrance of the week. So the fragrance of the week this week is, what is it? Hene Marie. Uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Really? This, like, nozzle's not even working. What shit? Well,
probably have to open it or something.
no, it's just, oh, wait. Is that, it's got, like,
A wrapper?
wait, no, it should be working. It's just, like, the fucking tube is, like, clogged, it looks like.
Isn't it new?
No.
Oh.
Well, that sucks.
Just so you guys know, there's bergamot in it.
HM, the very first men's fragrance by Hene Marie, stands as the iconic classic of the brand. It embodies elegance, a vision shared with her sons, Akira and Kai. Resolutely modern, this fragrance encapsulates the contemporary and confident man ready to conquer each day with assurance. If you want to, like, try it, you can, like, you know,
How, but
just, like, squeeze it a bunch and maybe you'll get it to work.
you can smell it.
Yeah. Its refined scent unfolds with an invigorating burst of bergamot, of course, lavender, notes of jasmine, and is it still not working?
I mean, it's leaking out the side.
Yeah.
Maybe it's so low that it's not coming out.
But like, there's like,
I don't
look
know.
at like, there's like enough that it
Yeah,
should.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the nozzle's fault. Notes of jasmine and wood mingle at its heart, creating an unforgettable masculine trail. The shirt of the week, Ralph Lauren, vest.
Lemon.
I don't think I heard any lemon, but
Well, the
it-
bergamot's like.
oh yeah, it's
so
a citrus. I forgot
maybe
about
it's
that.
but shouldn't all of those smell like lemon? I guess most of them kind of do.
I guess so. Yeah. Slacks of the week, Primark, Baby Blues. Hat of the week, Minnesota Twins. You know what I say. I say look good, smell good, play good. The asset of the week that I am most enthused that I picked up was Google. They crushed their earnings and increased their dividend 5%. They said that,
5%. Wow.
and I think what a lot of people loved was like they were expecting one thing that like a lot of companies are doing now is every time there's an earnings report they just say like AI, applications for AI, and Google was just like they didn't really dwell on AI much. They were talking about how YouTube and their search tools and their advertising revenue is like what makes their what makes their guidance so valuable for the future. So I think people really liked what they heard from Google. Movie of the week, The Internship, because I love Google. I love Vince Vaughn. I love
Just trying to support Google now.
yeah. I mean,
Didn't you like not like them like a few months ago?
I never didn't like Google, but I
It's
wasn't.
like the one big stock you avoided.
I was just not bought in. But like there are plenty of other stocks that I hate way more.
Well,
Yeah.
sure. I'm not saying you think Google's the worst stock, but
Yeah. My mom said, "Hey, save all your receipts you have spent on your business. You should be able to write off a small business loss for a couple years, even if you don't have receipts. Keep a notebook of expenses." Yeah, I have been doing that. I've saved literally every single receipt since I, first got that idea, and
loss for what?
for a business. Like this is a business.
But like, what loss is it?
Like the pizza,
I
the
thought you was
Coke.
talking about like stocks.
No, just
so,
like
so expenses, not
yeah.
losses.
I mean, it is a loss. Like even
Yeah, I mean the business isn't gonna call it a loss; they're gonna call it an expense.
it's like, but even like the microphones that I just upgraded.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah.
Like a loss means you won't have it anymore. Like you're using the microphone.
Yeah,
It's
but
like an asset and an expense.
yeah, but yeah, that's what she means. Tally all the expenses.
Mm-hmm.
And influencer of the week. I think you're gonna see that I'm starting to change my mind. I don't have my opinion set in stone. Influencer of the week, Bill Maher, and he's a guy who
He's a guy.
Now here's a guy who also hasn't had his opinion set in stone. He used to be the like blue-bloodedest liberal on the planet, and now he's kind of like, like a good sensible person, allowing some of these extremely radical woke left ideologies turn him into more of a moderate progressive, whereas he.
Why are you changing your tune then?
Well, because I used to fucking hate the guy because he was an atheist. So now,
Still is.
well, yeah, but like I was unfairly critical of
You judge
him.
people based on one thing.
Yeah, like I've been watching his podcast. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk on recently.
Yeah, I just watched that episode.
Of course you did. So did a lot of people.
Yeah, and like Charlie Kirk and him had the had the religion argument and stuff like that. And I don't know, like I like Bill Maher. He also did a podcast with that guy Michael Francis that I really like, and he did an episode with I don't know, like a bunch of stand-up comedians, and he's like a good stand-up comedian, and well, I don't know about that, but he's a good podcast host, and I really like his content. So, speaking of some reasonably political conversational topics, have you heard about what will be occurring on Cinco de Mayo while we are
No, what?
So on Cinco de Mayo, the federal government is going to begin garnishing 15% of the paychecks distributed to the defaulted federal student loan debtors. So if people had federal student loans and they defaulted on them, which is like 5 million people, and there's 4 million people who are closing in on that mark, they're gonna the government's going to start taking their money, whether they agree to it or not.
So they're gonna garnish their wages?
Yes.
Wow.
What are your thoughts on that?
So it's just on Cinco de Mayo had nothing to do with it. You just had to word it that way.
Well,
I thought it was gonna be something about Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo is the 5th of May.
Yeah, but we're not Spanish. It seems a little overreachy, but and weren't we supposed to like have student loan forgiveness, not like?
Well, that's what like Marxist Biden and the Democrats wanted, but like I don't agree to that. You know, like
So
I don't.
you agree with them forcing you to pay?
Yeah, like our tax revenue goes to these federal student loans. You know what I mean? So like I don't agree to being taxed so I can put.
You don't agree to being taxed on anything.
Well, and especially not.
Oh my god.
Especially not for like
So
baristas to get sociology degrees. No.
Oh my god, that's like very few people.
But like, I mean, this is not all right. This doesn't pertain to people who paid their student loans back in full. This doesn't pertain to even people who have been keeping up with the monthly minimums and are in a lot of debt. But are like this only pertains to people who are defaulted, people who have completely just fucking. You know, like been leeches upon the system.
You don't know their situations.
I know their situation is.
What if they have like massive medical bills? What if they've been on disability, like, and they can't afford it?
Well,
there's various reasons why people can't pay this stuff.
Well, they can garnish. They can garnish their like
their disability.
Yeah,
What?
dude. Like,
How is that a good thing?
But how is it good that they're able to just get off scot-free for the
let's
education?
Make more people homeless. Let's just make our country worse. Okay, sure.
They're not going to be homeless.
What do you mean? How are they not going to be homeless? They're losing more money on defaulted loans that they're forced to pay now. They're not going to be making income. How are they not going to be homeless?
So are you saying that there should be just zero consequence for their...
There already is zero consequence, apparently.
But, I mean, this is a consequence.
So what? Didn't you say, like, if you go bankrupt, you can just, you'll be fine, right? Apparently you're not going to be fine if you go bankrupt. They're just going to take your money regardless.
Wait, what did I...
Like a couple weeks ago when I talked about being $10 million in debt. You're like, oh yeah, I'd rather have that instead of, like, offing yourself.
Well, yes. Like, I would rather be alive in $10 million
You don't think that
debt.
would be a terrible situation if you're defaulting on $10 million? Your life would be hell.
People, like, this is not...
All right.
This is not an equivalent scenario. These people are not $10 million in debt. They're not even $1 million in debt.
So then it'd
They're
be even worse with $10 million in debt, and this would already be pretty bad.
I mean, I'm not telling these people that they should off themselves.
I'm not telling them either, but I'm saying this is not good for them.
Well,
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
So,
I don't
what
care
do you
what's
think's
good.
gonna
I don't
happen?
care what's good for these deadbeats. I care what's good for our country.
How is this good for our country?
Like,
it does not help our country to make more people poor.
I think that it helps. It helps our long term. It helps us in the long term by not convincing 17-year-olds that it's a good idea to just go to college just because they want to.
Still not going to be doing that. They're
I
still going to
think-
be telling people to go to college just regardless and to take out student loans for it. I don't think that's going to change.
But I think this will cause people to think twice before they make a stupid
not
mistake.
At 17 years old. They're not going to think twice about it.
Well, first of all, a lot of 17-year-olds are not able to file for their own student loan. They have to get a Parent Plus loan. So
Okay.
maybe it'll make their adult parents actually think
All right,
twice
what about
before.
18-year-olds? You're 18 when you're like leaving college or leaving high school.
Yeah, but I feel like
You apply at like 16 and 17. You don't really necessarily decide at that age. You
Yeah,
can,
but like a lot of
Also, I don't even
kids.
think you usually get your loans at 17. I didn't get any loans at 17. Did you?
Well, I didn't get any loans. Period. I never.
I thought you did.
No,
No?
not a student loan ever. Like I had filed for like a $1,500
Right.
an automobile line of credit. That's the only debt I've ever had in my life. Maybe like some bank transaction fees, taking down my like fucking checking account, but I've never been in more than $5,000 worth of debt in my entire life.
Okay.
And I like suggest that be like a principle that most people follow. Like,
it depends. I don't think I've gone more than $5,000 in debt because of student loans.
Okay,
I paid
but
it off.
and like
I think it's a good thing to bet on your future and get loans for your future. Like that, I don't think that's a bad. And for mortgages on houses, like I don't think that's a bad thing to do.
well, there's a huge difference between a student loan debt and a house mortgage. Like a house mortgage is
Okay.
something that most people
Your
need.
student loan is you need both.
No, you don't
For
need-
the most part, yeah.
No,
You're not going to be making a lot of money without it unless you have like a really good skill.
so develop a skill.
Okay, sure.
Don't
It's
go.
also easier said than done. And you still have to pay to develop that skill if you don't already have it.
Yeah, how much does the average trade school cost?
I don't know.
Ask ChatGPT.
Check.
What does the average trade skill cost to become highly specialized in some trade? I'll bet you it's less than, I'll bet you it's around 10 grand, maybe much less.
The average cost of trade school can vary widely, but generally it ranges from $5,000 to $30,000, depending on the program and school type. Public trade schools tend to be more affordable, with an average cost of around $12,000, while for-profit schools can average $20,000.
Yeah, so
But that's what, like a year
of college?
of
Or-
trade
Well, yeah, you're out of the workforce for far less time than getting a college bachelor's. So there's many reasons that play into why people who go to trade school end up much further along than people who go to college.
What do you mean much further along?
I mean, a lot of people who go to trade school start their own businesses and they don't go into nearly as much debt. They go
A lot of
from
people that go to college do too. Like, what do you mean?
no, people in college are taking 4 years out of the workforce. I mean,
That's not true. You
well-
can work while in college.
well, yeah, actually, the kids who go to college,
Usually you
full
get
time,
internships too in
the
college.
kids who go to college full time and work full time while they're doing that actually tend to have the best grades. They're the go getters, the kids that are financing their college education as they go along. They're not taking out student loans, or if they are, they're obviously not in a position where they're defaulting on their student loans. The people that are defaulting on their student loans are people that are reckless and irresponsible.
You're
And
making a lot of assumptions.
it's kind of the default. They
It is not. There are catastrophic events that can happen to people.
sure, but you said, what are they doing? They're gambling on themselves.
They're betting on themselves.
They're betting on themselves. So
on their future, which they should be doing. You shouldn't just you shouldn't do nothing and just be working minimum wage your whole life.
well, I'm not proposing that.
A trade school is still betting on yourself. You still have to put in money for that.
It's
And catastrophic events can still happen with that and can still happen with you doing nothing. It's going to affect you regardless of what your situation, what you're trying to do with your life.
do trade schools even offer federal student loans?
I don't think so.
So that is a moot point. They're not
What do you mean that's a moot point?
people.
You still can get loans in other ways.
Yeah, but this is only federal student loans that are defaulted. Private
I'm
loans
not
are.
Terrence
Okay.
Boyle Jr. said, "Yo, what up, fellas?"
Yo, Terry.
Okay, you can get a federal student loan for trade.
For trade school. Okay.
So it's
So-
not a moot point, and it wasn't anyway, but
I mean, you can make a generalization that majority of these people did not plan well enough in advance for the large financial endeavor that they were undertaking.
maybe.
They put themselves and inherently put our entire country in a position of risk. And
What risk is our country in from it?
dude, we We are in so much debt, and this
Okay,
is just
and what's
adding to the debt.
What's the problem with our debt? What does our country's debt do that's so bad for our country? If we're the leading GDP country in the world, what is our problem with it?
Well,
It's not that big a deal.
like student loans are our biggest source of GDP. We make billions and billions and billions of dollars on indebting humans in America. It's like a problem. So, like, what tangible intrinsic value does a college degree actually offer a human being? Like, I know in theory it can make a human being much more valuable to a job position, but it doesn't necessarily have any intrinsic value. What it does realistically is it removes a lot of kids from the workforce for 4 extra years, maybe even 8 extra years if they're getting a master's degree, maybe even 12 extra years if they're getting a doctorate.
My ex has a master's and spent 8 years doing that, and she makes $120,000 a year.
How much debt did she get into when she got her master's degree?
I think she has like 300,000, but she also
How much debt do you know? That's how much she has right
total.
now, or
Yeah,
that's a tremendous amount of debt.
but she also makes $120,000 a year.
Yeah, but she doesn't take it
And-
all home. She gets taxed 33% of it, probably.
No, it's like 24%.
She gets taxed 24% of that. She has living expenses. She's not able to put all that $120,000
Yeah,
at
you
her.
don't have to pay it all in 1 year, dude.
Yeah, but interest compounds. Compound interest is the most powerful force on
Yes,
earth.
but it's also on a freeze right now because of the student forgiveness plan. They're not forcing interest on it, and they're not forced to pay it right now. Jesus.
Well, I mean,
Also, where are you getting that it's the highest driver in GDP? Highest drivers are the service sector, real estate, rental, leasing. Like, I don't see where you're getting that all, like, our biggest source of GDP is from student loans.
well, I've heard it, and it's
It's probably an over-dramatic statement.
how much does our country generate in college tuition?
Like, towards the GDP, or because 2020, 2021 post-secondary institutions in the United States generated $993 billion in total revenues, including $32.8 billion from the University of California alone. Wow.
Wait, what?
Third
How much from California?
from the University of California,
Yeah.
$32.8 billion.
That's absurd.
For just them, why them? With tuition and fees are a significant source of revenue for public institutions. State and local funding also play a crucial role.
So, guys, if you're watching us right now, weigh in. I mean, like, do you guys think that student loans should be forgiven? Do you think that they should be held accountable for the loans that they have accrued? You know, like, do you think that there should be interest applied to their student loans? Obviously, if they get it from a private institution, then the terms and conditions are whatever that private institution chooses to make. If it's from the federal government where our taxes go to contribute to their operations, then I think the public deserves a right in what happens with our tax revenue. I mean, obviously, I know that democracy is flawed and we don't have
But, all right.
we don't have a say in how things go. But I mean, we ought to be able to have an opinion of whether, people are able to go to college, rack up $250,000 of debt, and then just not pay, or just, freeze it for as long as they wish, and
Not that they freeze it, but the debtor freezes it, not the person who owes it.
Yeah, that is a debtor.
The
Lender.
No,
The lender freezes it.
yeah.
I mean, the lender is freezing it because they don't want to fucking ruin the the fucking nationwide economy because we depend upon so many people that are.
How, what are you talking about? So them not freezing it would ruin it? What do you?
I mean,
what you're saying?
Yeah, like we have such a precarious situation that has been
No.
built. We don't, because we fucking allow these people to do whatever they want. If they had to pay back the loans that they took, it would ruin our economy. That's why you are
then
so.
why are you advocating for it? You just said this was a good thing.
Because
what do you mean?
because it is fair.
It is fair, but it'll ruin the country. What?
Yeah. These people
that's
have.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
These people have put us in a bad situation. Why? How have they not? If they were treated fairly, if they had to pay back their student loans, they would crash the economy. How is that not a precarious situation that they put us in?
Why would we do that if it's gonna crash the economy?
Because we depend on student.
It's a circle argument.
Because we depend on student debt.
That's one factor to the GDP, but we're not dependent on it.
We depend on all sorts of debt.
Yes.
Very heavily. Student
we also
loans
depend on revenue from like a lot. We depend on taxes. Like
we
depend
have
on
a
other countries.
We have a system of yuppies who go to indoctrination camps and pay multi-six-figure tuitions so they can learn how to be an HR generalist or a.
You're really oversimplifying. That's not the case for like most people.
Most people don't get degrees in highly specialized fields.
If they're going into that much debt, probably they are.
And most of those people who are highly specialized, excellent, studious people are not defaulting on their student loans. They're responsible. So the people who are getting us in this bad situation are the people that are getting useless degrees.
It's not affecting us. It's affecting them.
I mean, all I hear from you is that you don't think that they ought to be held accountable for their mistakes.
No, I think they should pay back their loans like as they can. I don't think
And
they
what
should
do
be
you,
garnishing wages.
But what do you do if somebody owes you money and they will not pay you? How do you solve that situation?
Well, they can go into bankruptcy for it.
Not federal student loans. Bankruptcy does not erase federal student loans.
Okay.
So how do you resolve the issue?
If you want to garnish their wages 15%, fine. I'm just not thinking it's gonna solve any problem. If you think there's a big problem of it, I don't think it's gonna ruin the economy either. I think you're making this way more of a big deal than it actually is.
Well, I'm encouraging of this.
You're arguing both sides of it. You're like saying it's gonna crash the economy, but you're pro it. Like,
wait, is it? Yo, fucking. I'm not used to Dan Ruggiero. I'm used to D-Rug.
Dan Ruggiero said, "There's something out there now that helps you pay student loans."
It's
Dan
called.
Ruggiero said, "My uncle used it."
Yeah, I'm Alan Thicke. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative with Ultimate Tax Relief. And if the IRS is pestering you, threaten to garnish your wages, levy your bank account, you can get your debts erased. Call me at Ultimate Tax Relief and get your fucking debt erased. Yeah, I mean, there are, like, that's the thing is there are solutions. Just a lot of people want to just,
Dan
sit
Ruggiero
around.
said, "Lol, right, I'm drugged."
Yeah, I know. But Cherney now has your old account, which was D-Rug, and
it wasn't his account.
What do you mean? What, you just named yourself D-Rug?
Yeah, it's not his account. It's
Oh,
my YouTube account.
I thought it was his. Why did you choose the name D-Rug?
Because I had his Switch and it had his name on it, and that's how people knew me by on my Switch. So
Okay. All right.
I could always change my name back.
No, I mean, like, you could maybe just be Cherney or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. All right, I'm going to run this ad. Wait, shit. Sorry. All right, let me run this ad. Yo, Dan, let me know what you think of this ad, all right? Here it comes. All right, fellas, it's time that we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men...
Ruggiero said, and you know if you have car insurance, and they ask you anything more than Lure make and model like Lure race or check Lure credit or anything like that, it's illegal and you can sue.
Wait, say that. They ask you anything like your race or check your credit or anything like that, it's illegal to sue. I think I'm going to actually, speaking of checking your credit, I think I'm going to do an anti-endorsement. I haven't written it yet, but I'm going to do like an anti-endorsement on JP Morgan Chase since they...
It's not illegal to check your credit.
For your
Well, I guess
auto
if you already
insurance?
I don't know what he's saying. And
I mean-
you know if you have car insurance, like if you have car insurance checking, yeah, I mean, I guess not in that case.
Yeah, it's never happened to me. I've only ever had like a...
Dan Ruggiero said, sorry, go ahead and yes.
All right. Well, we can talk about it after. All right, fellas, it's time we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men, it's our duty to perform, whether it's at the trading desk, on the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom. There's no description that does justice to the confidence boost you'll receive when you rock the socks off your lover. Would you want to be Ross to Rachel, just friends? Would you feel like a president just died if you're flying your flag at half-mast? Would you feel like a magician if you came to the stage a few jacks short of a full deck? No, you wouldn't. So why are you going to battle in the bedroom with groggy privates? The only blue pill we endorse at the Good Faith Podcast is It's Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. And yes, we're talking about those pills that make you want to run a double marathon under the covers like David Goggins. Forget about overpriced Hims, Romans, and Blue Chews. It's Mr. Nasty Time is the real deal at an amazing price that won't let you down and can't be beat, pun intended. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if she cancels on me and these magic beans stick me with a giant beanstalk in my briefs? Well, say fee, fi, fo, fum to that. Now you're in control. Fear not. I personally tried these bad boys, and it's a lot more mellow than you'd expect. You can pop one over drinks and appetizers, and it's not going to give away your position. Or due to the quick acting effect, go to the bathroom and pop one or two and be fully equipped to perform. Just like all these expensive name brands, Mr. Nasty delivers his products in discreet packaging, but for a fraction of the outrageous cost that they do. Around here at the GFP, we're about leveling up, and why not level up your sex life and check out It's Mr. Nasty Time and get your mojo back. Scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. Let this atrocious stock market, which is actually not even atrocious anymore. It's like...
Yes, it is. It's still in a bear market. The last month's down 5%.
I mean...
This week was good. But
yeah, like it's
not...
It's almost back to...
it's not even close back to normal. Like,
what, like...
1 month ago it was 5% higher.
Wait. This is...
Dan Ruggiero said, how long does it take to take effect? Should you wait like 30 minutes before ya go do the damn thing?
I would say, like, if you're just taking one, if you're just swallowing one, yeah, it's not going to, one, you probably want to wait like 20 to 30 minutes. But if you're like, if you're gonna like chew up like two of them, yeah, like, I'd give yourself like 15 to 20 minutes for to take effect. But this is like before, yeah, like it's 5% down from its peaks, but
Of a month ago. Which one are you looking at? NASDAQ?
the S&P 500.
S&P 500 a month ago was like 4.35%. 6 months ago it was 4.87%.
That's not a bear market. A bear market, I think, is like what 10 to 15%.
Well,
It's a correction, I believe, is what that is called.
It's based on how many months as well, which when it started back in like January,
Yes.
it's kind of I think it's supposed to be 3 months of like 3% or higher or something.
Like
It's
falling
kinda-
3% in 3 months is...
It's also like a bear market is a general term. It's not like as specific. A correction would be like a week or something. It's not like...
But still, we could talk about this. You shouldn't interject in the middle of an advertisement. That's like extremely unprofessional. But around here,
you changed it by talking about it. Oh, it's not that bad anymore.
That
wasn't what you were gonna say.
I said like, don't let this. What did I say? I said,
don't let this bear market get you down. And you're like, oh well, it's not that bad anymore. So you interrupted your own.
Yeah, but like I didn't like completely sidetrack
Right.
the entire advertisement, which is like pretty bad.
But it
Now
should-
I don't even remember where in the script I
You
am.
were in the bear market.
All right, scan the QR code on the screen, hit the like in the description, and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. Let this atrocious stock market be the only thing getting you down, and save yourself the headache of a lackluster sex life. It's Mr. Nasty time. All right, so, guys, if you are, just joining us for the first time, maybe our close friends know this, but next, right, it'll be next episode, right?
What?
That we're in Omaha, Nebraska, right?
Well, I mean, are we going to be doing an episode? Or
Yeah, fuck you, because
From Omaha?
yeah, if we,
Wow.
I'm gonna bring all my shit.
Everything?
Yeah. If we don't, then I can't deduct it as a business expense. So we got to do one from our hotel room or somewhere in Nebraska. Even if it's not live, we have to at least shoot like 1 minute of content. It could even be just like
Dan Ruggiero said, never even heard of them before. They don't advertise them anywhere. That's awesome. You found something to advertise. I'm sure many PPL know about. But I hate how late it tells you my reply. Dan Ruggiero said, I didn't know you were going there.
yeah.
Congrats.
So we're going next Thursday through Monday. We're gonna be at the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting. I don't know if you can see this. I don't have it up. But yeah, we got 2 credentials. I got 2 shares. And here's the itinerary. I'll just go over our itinerary. And Friday, May 2nd, from 11 to 5 is
Yeah, you still have like the QR code and stuff.
oh shit, I do. Thank you. So Friday, May 2nd is will call. What is that? Is that just them saying like, what is will call? I don't think this applies to us anyway. Okay, so from 11 to 5 p.m. is where you can get your credential pickup, but it doesn't matter. We have our credentials right here. Yeah, so we don't care about that. That's at Shy Health Center on the 10th Street Arena entrance. We don't care about that though.
Wouldn't we have to like show it to them now or something? Or no.
Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I'm just gonna like go with these and like show it to whoever's like working the door or something. But from noon to 5 is shareholder shopping day. So this is actually really cool. Like I said, Berkshire owns, like a mobile home distributor. It owns See's Candies. It owns Borsheim's Jeweler. You could probably look up all the things that they own, like Geico, Coke, and like all of the everything that's in Berkshire's portfolio of businesses is going to have like I think it's like a 20% off sale. So if there's anything that you think you would want to buy, it's going to be, like 1/5 off. I might buy myself a Borsheim's chain if I find one that's like, reasonable and I like it, and, get a piece of silver for 20% off.
Your wife was supposed to get the chain for you.
She can give me a gold chain. I'm just gonna get myself like a little silver chain. Saturday, May 3rd at 7 a.m. Doors open. Exhibit booths open. Not really sure what that means. 8 a.m. is when questions and answers begin. They take a break at 10:30. At 11 a.m., questions and answers resume. At 1 p.m., questions and answers end. 2 p.m., annual shareholder meeting. 4 p.m., exhibit booths close. So, I don't know. Is there anything that you're looking forward to?
Probably just the vendors and seeing what kind of stuff they have.
Yeah. So I proposed the question, if let's say you could ask Warren Buffett one question, what would it be?
I have no idea. I've never really thought about it, and I still haven't.
I feel like the most cliche. I asked Peanut and
How
Rye.
did you make your work?
I asked Peanut and Rye this question, and
They both said the cliche.
Rye. I mean, this probably the actual biggest cliche is like, I don't know, I have no idea. But
That's not really a question.
but it's a cliche response to this
Sure.
question. And the second one is, Peanut was like, if I took 35% of my life savings and invested it into something, what would be a good place to put it? Like
Sorry,
fucking
Hathaway.
yeah, like that's probably
Like
he
they're
would.
gonna say.
I think he'd either tell you put it into Berkshire Hathaway or the S&P 500. Like he wouldn't be like, oh, there's this one company I'm really hot on, you know, like put it all into Coke or put it all into like he.
Why 35%?
That was just, I mean,
That's
probably
what he came
because
up with.
yeah. I was thinking, I don't know. Do you think that this is too personal of a question to ask
Probably
him?
if you're saying this, but
So, I've like read his his biography, and you know, many moons ago he was, you know, head over heels for this girl who became known as Susie Buffett, but she was not necessarily he was not necessarily her first choice.
so he said.
So she settled for Warren Buffett. Imagine
I
the
thought
like
he said
he was not her first choice.
Okay.
Do you think it would be a bad question to ask
I already
him?
know where this is going. Probably.
Like, hey Warren, what do you attribute to what do you attribute her giving you a second chance to being? Because it's not like he was like rich, not like he was rich, you know, when she got with him. He might have like been well off, but he was not, you know, he was no multi-millionaire when she got with him. You know, he was still just like a you know, an above average Joe.
So what the question is? What do you attribute your second chance to?
Yeah, like why if you had to speculate, why do you think she gave you a second chance?
I feel like she probably would have told him, but I don't. I feel like that is pretty personal.
Pretty personal, especially because
If you
she's
want to, I guess you could.
like
ask.
she's deceased too,
Oh,
which
well,
is
that's definitely a bad idea.
all right.
Jeez.
What would you think about asking him
How
to
long ago
subscribe
did she
to the
pass?
podcast?
I mean, you can do that, I guess, but he's probably gonna be like, "What the heck is a podcast?"
No, I mean he's not like a fucking
Cameron
idiot.
Giro
Like he's
said, I feel awkward asking it lol.
yeah. I think yeah. Like I am curious. Maybe I am curious, and probably if I had to take a wild guess, this is maybe a little bit I don't know, maybe a little bit cynical. Probably her first choice, you know, went on with his life to do whatever he wanted. She was left in her hometown with Warren, who was, you know, vying for her. He was like a purely devoted.
Yeah, is this all in his biography?
Actually, yeah. Like if you would read it, he does actually like. It does like it's not.
Are we talking about the destitute part and the guy being her first choice, like leaving for his own pursuits?
Yeah, like do
It
you?
says that on her end.
Cameron
Yeah,
Giro said, do you know who her first choice was?
Yeah, he actually. I really suspect. Here's like a Warren Buffett conspiracy. So you know that like Warren Buffett had 2 wives before Susie passed away, right? And now like his second wife is like his only wife now,
I thought
Astrid
you
Menks.
said this was his first wife.
What?
I
No,
thought you said the one that passed away.
Susie Buffett was his first wife.
Wait, then
but-
what were the other two you're talking about?
He only ever had 2, but so Susie loved San Francisco, it was an artsy town. There was a lot of musicians. She was really into like the civil rights movement and the art, the artistry of San Francisco, and the gay AIDS epidemic was going on back in the 70s and 80s, and she was really committed to being an advocate for all of those who were like sick and hurting. So she moved to San Francisco. I think it was actually to pursue like the real love of her life, this guy. And so what she did was she arranged for Warren, because she knew Warren was never leaving Omaha. Warren loved Omaha. He was, going to stay in Omaha till the day he died, which he is, seeming to be doing. So she arranged for this girl Astrid to be like the stand-in wife for Warren, and now they're still married, and that's my conspiracy theory.
All
right. But yeah, in terms of other questions, and Dan, you seem to be one of the only ones engaging with us right now. Dan, is there a question that you'd ask? Because if one of our listeners was able to come up with a better question, I'd certainly be open to asking that.
What do you think your greatest success in life is? I guess I would probably still be Berkshire.
Actually, he's actually said that one of the biggest mistakes that he ever made was was buying Berkshire. I don't know, I don't know if I really believe it. Well, because Berkshire was a textile mill in Massachusetts when he bought it, and it was failing. He, it was a failure. So he might have said this, 50 years ago when it was a failing textile manufacturer, but and now, since he has turned it into one of the top 10 greatest companies to ever grace the earth, maybe now he feels differently about it.
Founded it. He bought it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
I don't get how that'd be a failure for him, but
he was it's a tough.
Dan Ruggiero said, "It's a tough one, but I do like how he came from the bottom and made it to the top, especially in a tough era. I'd want to know how he did it."
That's a good.
Come from the bottom?
He was never dirt poor, but
was he middle class?
Yeah, he was middle class in Omaha during the born during the Great Depression. So definitely he didn't have it on easy street. But actually, that might be a good question. Because Warren Buffett was born at ground zero of the worst economy of all in all American time. So he only could go up. The economic conditions could only go up from the day he was born. I wonder if he thinks that he would have been so successful if he were to be born during an economic boom, or if he thinks that the Great Depression had any.
I mean, the Great Depression, he was not he probably doesn't remember any of it. He was 3 and younger.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Maybe his parents couldn't do as much, but then the boom came.
Dan Ruggiero said, "I don't mean it like that. I mean it like what you said. He didn't have it on easy street, and now look at him and his era where he grew up. It had to be hard." But yeah, that's a good question.
But he was a teenager in the baby boomer era when the economy kind of went up pretty well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Our biggest economies were in the 50s and 60s.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
20s and 30s.
That's what I'm saying. He actually had a really upward he.
So it doesn't sound like he started from the bottom area, because he was not really in a position of doing anything during the Depression part.
Well, that's what that's what I'm saying. He had pretty smooth sailing up until what was it? 87 was the first.
87 was the next crash.
Yeah, so he had from 33 all the way to 87 of no significant like financial crises.
Like, if he had like 50 years. Pretty much.
Yeah, like that, and I'm like I would actually want to know if he attributes any of his success to having those 50 years of really really favorable market conditions.
Yeah, hey, how was it on Easy Street?
Yo, Warren. Well, no, dude, honestly, and I have a graphic here, like, bro, like I'm not positive. I mean, I'm positive. Like Warren Buffett would do well in any time
Yeah,
period. Like he's an incredible investor. He's the best that's ever done it. But this is a millennial. Where is it? This is what a millennial has to deal with. So it's 2002. I'm 18 years old. We are in a once-in-a-generation economic crisis. It's 2008. I'm 24 years old. We are in a once-in-a-generation economic crisis. It's 2020. I'm 36 years old. We are in a once-in-a-generation economic crisis. It's 2025. I'm 41 years old. We are in a...
I feel like 2002 wasn't even that bad.
The dot-com bubble? Like
it was bad, but I feel like that was only... I feel like it didn't last that long, did it?
Well, there was also 9/11,
Yeah,
which was fucking bad. Like
that was bad all around and hurt the economy for a bit, but like we rebounded pretty quickly. I feel like for both of them.
We did, but I think they call from 2000 to 2010s. They call it like the lost decade of stock performance. Like the S&P didn't go anywhere for those 10 years.
Because 2002 it dipped a good amount, and then 2007 it really dipped. So
it's
and then we didn't we didn't even start recovering until some of
2009.
2009 even hit it. That was just when Obama came in, and it was still pretty bad.
Yeah,
so
like
probably more like 10 or 11 when it actually started recovering.
Yeah, like fucking. The early 2000s were really bad. They might not have been a Great Depression, but they were certainly not favorable. And
2007 was the worst since the Great Depression. I think it was worse than 87, wasn't it?
What's Terry showing me? Is he showing me? He's showing me. Is this a Warren Buffett baseball? Yeah, it is. Holy shit! Here's a Warren Buffett baseball for 10 grand. He signed a baseball for 10 grand. Actually, that's gonna be my question. I want to buy a Nebraska Cornhuskers hat.
You're gonna ask him,
and I'm gonna ask him to sign my Nebraska Cornhuskers hat. And then maybe if he does that, I'll like fucking slip him my number.
Slip him your number.
Yeah. I'll slip. What do you mean? What do I mean? I'll slip him my number.
For what? You think he's gonna call you?
I don't know. Like he's 94. Like I doubt. I mean, do you think he's probably still got a pretty social, busy life? But
sure, he's like one of the biggest investors. He has a literal convention. Like you can do it if you want. I wouldn't have any expectations.
No, I don't have. Like I'm going to this meeting with zero expectations. But I'm gonna take all my chances. I'm not gonna go here like for no, and just do nothing,
So the worst days were in 1987, 2020, 1929, 1899, 1932, 1907, and then 2008. So there were a few other times that were worse, including 2020. But that was definitely a catastrophic event.
Has the NFL draft begun tonight?
I think it's at 8 again, isn't it?
Okay, so it's about to start.
About to.
Yeah. Do you want to? My sister sent me a picture of her cat.
Yeah.
Such a gentleman. I always forget his name.
Okay, it's probably started.
Dan Ruggiero said, get him to sign it, and in 20, 30 years that'll be worth a good amount.
Yo,
but
I ain't never selling that shit.
How to trade better or to help you in your business? And yes, it has.
Wow.
Oh fuck! I missed that.
The Browns got Quinshon Judkins.
Oh, that's your fucking
Yeah. They
boy,
also got
dude.
Carson Schwarzenegger.
Mommy!
And right after that, the Patriots took Travion Henderson.
Wow, that's a good pick. Who do
Both
they?
of them are.
They still have what? Ramondre, right?
I mean, I don't think they cut him or anything, so probably.
But they have somebody else too, don't they?
I don't think they have anyone good.
No. Okay.
'Cause, they have like the one guy I like, Pierre Strong, but
Yeah.
not, like didn't really.
No, I think he's a Brown now, isn't he? Or did he
I thought
go
was
back and forth?
before. I forget. They do move him around so much.
Okay.
But Ramondre is still a Patriot.
So, do you want to discuss our
Yeah, Pierre Strong is a Brown.
Okay. Yeah. And are there any other?
They have Antonio Gibson.
Yes. That.
He's alright.
Yeah. He had.
I feel like he's kind of fallen off too. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, he had a fantastic start to his career, and then
got Luther Burden.
he's the receiver.
Yeah, from Missouri.
That was last night, wasn't it?
No, it was,
That just happened.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
Not today. It happened.
And what do you think
Wow.
about
Tyler Show went to the Saints.
Where
And
was-
Shedeur Sanders is still there?
Wait, where was he? Was he
Louisville.
Oregon? But he was Oregon before that.
He was
Wasn't
at
he?
Oregon quarterback? I don't remember that.
I know he was in the Pac-12. I want to say Oregon.
Well, probably Oregon State. Oh, he was Oregon.
Yeah, and
And
we're
Texas Tech.
yeah, I remember him with both of those.
I
Yeah.
remember him with Oregon.
It was right after. It must have been right after Herbert. Well, there was probably like a few people after Herbert, but
I feel like there was someone else playing for them at the time.
well, who? Wait, yeah, there was Nick. It was after Herbert, before Nick's. It must have been
Oh,
right.
yeah, I guess. He was 2018.
Dan
to
Ruggiero
2020.
said, IDK if you talked about it, but how did you like the Eagles' first pick really fast?
Wait.
Dan Ruggiero said, I just hate that he's starting hurt so Prod won't see him this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do we got? We got Nakobe Dean, who will hopefully be fully healthy by the start of the season. We got Zach Bond, who's just had a breakout season. We got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Probably have some other slight depth at linebacker, but yeah, like I don't think it's one of our strongest groups. I mean, we've done really well picking Alabama players in the past
Mostly
5
Georgia.
years. No, but like I mean, we
Yeah,
got Smitty, we got
Devon.
Hurts, we got Landon Dickerson, we got Tyler Steen. Anybody else? We got Eli Ricks. Not like Eli Ricks is like a world beater, but yeah, like I'm very confident in. Or wait, is Eli Ricks Georgia? I think he's Alabama. I think. Yeah, so
He's
we've
Alabama,
yeah
Dan
we've
Ruggiero said, but so many lack of vets that helped our rookies out a lot last year. We had a vet in every position last year, now it's mainly all young guys.
yeah it's I mean, but I'd
You had rookies last year.
no, but he's saying like we at least had some established vets.
Oh,
And now
saying
we
now
don't
it's
really.
more-
But I'd rather have a lack of veterans than a lack of youth. You know what I mean? Like at least certain guys like AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts,
And
Jordan
some of them are
Mailata, like-
main veterans.
yeah, like certain guys are now becoming veterans on
Well, I
our
mean,
team.
Those were already veterans.
Yeah, but like when we got AJ Brown, I think he had only played for like
I feel like it was
4
at
years.
least- probably 4. I was
Yeah.
gonna say at least 3.
Yeah, like when we got AJ Brown, he had only played for 4 years.
It was 3 with the Titans and then 3 with the Eagles now.
Is Bond similar? I think Bond
I
is
think he's
similar.
probably a little less, probably like 4 years total.
That's what I'm saying. So
Well, AJ Brown's going into his 7th year.
yeah. So I like it. I like.
Yeah, Bond's going into his 6th year.
Oh wow, okay, that's older than I thought. Yeah, getting rid of CJGJ is a pretty significant hit because he was. I mean, I don't know. I always liked him. I thought he brought like an intensity and an attitude to our team. I hated when CJGJ started, you know, like like fighting with everybody. Like he was never the kind of person that just kept his mouth shut and played football. He would always take his helmet off, go into dog piles, push people when the refs already blew the second whistle, and he got a lot of penalties because he's got such an attitude, and I'm not gonna miss that. But I am gonna miss his. Like, I don't know what you would call it. I guess I'm gonna miss his like high level of play.
Oh yeah, what do you think of GT going to the Raiders?
Dan
I'll
Ruggiero
let this come in
said,
first.
I agree. Just usually you see teams when you have a small amount of vets with our young guys, and I more meant on the defense end. And I don't count Bonnett's his second season.
It is his second season as a starter, but jaunty to the
it was
Raiders.
Pretty much mocked everywhere.
Yeah. Honestly, I said it in I forget. I said it in a text to like Peanut or Rye. They have who? They have Gino. They got Gino.
It's all right.
Yeah, like they're probably gonna be one of the worst teams.
I think Jinky can help them not be the worst.
Yeah,
they got Raheem Mostert now. Huh.
Oh wow! I mean, he's very, very, very old, but that's at least something.
Well, I mean, he won't matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. But like it kind of honestly
Dan
reminds
Ruggiero
me.
said, and Slay BGCJGJ
Slay.
and the one or two others that sat. At least kept our young guys' head on straight when they'd miss a play or something. Tell them move on to the next one.
I like listening to Gladys say that. And Slay BGGCJ and Slay BGCJGJ.
And they'll still have Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers. They do need better receivers other than that.
Trey Tucker
and Christian Wilkerson.
Yeah.
They definitely need a receiver, which they'll probably draft and maybe bring someone in. I don't think they're gonna be the worst team.
When do the Steelers pick?
Because Gino's definitely an upgrade from like AJ McConnell, or what was his name?
Wait, what team are we talking about? The Raiders?
Yeah,
Gardner Minshew you're talking about?
Yeah, Gardner Minshew, and who was the other one?
He was a rook.
Aiden
McConnell.
Is that? We're looking at Thielen.
We're looking at Thielen. That would be huge. Who did the
Adam Thielen? He's old as dirt.
I don't care. The Panthers just got the best receiver, or one of the best receivers in the draft.
Yeah, they got
one of the top receivers. Was it
And Buka went somewhere else.
They got they got Talanoa.
Yeah, I love him.
What's it? Talanoa McMillan.
Talanoa McMillan.
Yeah.
It's Ted.
What is it?
Ted. Something like Ted Aroa.
They
call him
Ted Aroa McMillan or something. I really like him. I thought he was probably my number one wide receiver on the board, and then I think honestly, I think Travis Hunter is going to be a bust. I really do.
What position is he? He's insisting on doing both. I don't
think he's going
to be a bust. I think he's probably better off at corner, but
I think it would be smart. I mean, I think if you draft a person.
Dan Ruggiero said, I forget his name, but he ran a 4.3, the fastest guy in the draft this year.
That's McMullen.
I don't think.
Yo, you guys should love him. His last name's McMullen, right? McMillan, sorry. That's like Black McMullen. But fucking I don't think you draft a guy at 2 to be a receiver. When was the last time that has happened? A wide receiver going 2nd overall?
I don't know.
Like even Jamar Chase went 4th overall. Fucking
Tony Triglia said, hey gay boys, I'm back.
So long, gay boys. Yo, what's up, Tony? What's up, Tony? What's up, Terry? What's up, Dan? Thank you guys. Hey, if you're just joining us, I want you to please hit the thumbs up button. If y'all motherfuckers don't like and subscribe right now, we gonna shut this shit down. I'm gonna give the motherfucking chat about 3 minutes. Y'all motherfuckers don't like and subscribe. We gonna shut this shit down, all right?
I would have been between Tet and Egbuka. I do think Hunter would be like top 3 as well.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying
It
that
would
he.
just be those 3 are my favorites. And then,
I don't.
think I'm missing something.
I don't even dislike Travis Hunter. I dislike the move of trading all those picks for a guy who.
Oh, did they trade up to get him?
Yes,
Joseph
they traded
Fowler
up.
said, "How about that jerky?"
Yo.
Oh yeah, we didn't even
All right.
bring that up. Yet.
Well, no, yeah. Here, do you want a piece?
Sure.
All right, so I will run this ad. I was just waiting on you, Joe. Hey, Joe, give me the Let me know that
I gotta have to have an orgasm right now.
let me know. Fuck, I need to I need to remember his name. Let me know if it's Phil. Yeah, let me know if Phil is watching right now, and I'll put this ad up. But guys, what we are trying right now, I'll just give you a little backstory. This is our new corporate sponsor, Holler Boys Jerky. We're trying the peach bourbon jerky, and it is delicious.
Joseph Fowler said, "He is."
Okay, word. Oh, let me just enjoy this, and then I'll throw on the ad. Oh, oh,
I'm not gonna fake it, but it's good.
good. All right.
Probably the best jerky I actually have. I
That's what I'm
usually
saying.
like jerky.
Probably the best jerky I've ever had.
Yeah, like I don't even like jerky usually, but this one's really good.
Oh, what the fuck? It's not showing up on your screen, is it?
Is there supposed to be like
There's supposed to be their
pop-ups? Like
there's supposed to be their logo in the QR code. And
Yeah, I don't
what
see
is this bullshit? Nasty's works. Why is this shit not working?
Matthew Golden has the 4.29, but I actually don't really like Matthew Golden that much.
You know what? I'll bet you I know what it is. Let me get this real quick.
Would have loved to have Maxwell
There we
Harrison,
go.
though. He was the corner that was taken not long after.
Philip Holler said, "Try that fuego."
All right, well, we will. All right, here we go, guys.
Was there another one?
Oh yeah, he gave me
Oh.
like 5 or 6 flavors. He gave me every flavor that they have. So we're definitely gonna be trying them all.
Dan Ruggiero said, "Charles Rogers, I think in 02 was drafted second."
All right, everybody, let's take a quick pause from talking. So, guys and gals, I don't think it's any mystery that I take my physique seriously. I used to just eat whatever I craved and try to outwork a poor diet. There are still times when I have to force myself to consume food, even if I'm not very hungry. I don't want to dwell on the importance of not just stuffing empty calories down your fat, bloated gullets, but I found a great solution. So here's the remedy. Holler Boys Beef Jerky packs 10 grams of lean protein into a fantastic package, and the flavors are to die for. Peach bourbon, honey habanero, southern barbecue, Chesapeake, fuego, or the tried and true original. My personal favorites are the peach and the habanero, but we all know that I'm a little bit sweet and zesty. What's even better about Holler Boys is they're nice and local in tax-friendly Middletown, Delaware, and founded by a father-son duo. They just started tinkering with their backyard smoker, and through trial and failure have come to present some of the boldest and most memorable flavors I can recall in my beef sampling experience. Forget Slim Jim, Jack Link's, Deets Nuts. Holler Boys Snacks packs a great nutritional value in a filling serving size for an affordable price to stretch your dollar with flavor for days that'll make you holler. I need to get a soundbite of, like, it's from Chappelle's Show when he's like, holla, 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 holla. Their mission statement rings true to the Good Faith podcast that life may throw you around, but you can never give up. How true. Scan the QR code on the screen and find their link in the description and tap into the best beef jerky on the market. HollerBoysJerky.com. That's holler with an A. Holler Boys Jerky, the only good jerk.
There's a brand called Deets Nuts.
Yeah, it's Deets and Watson. They're when they sell nuts and, you know, well, fuck them. We ain't fucking we ain't giving them any fucking any spotlight. Nah, fuck Deets Nuts. Forget that I said that. Fuck them.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
So I found the last number 2 receiver overall. You want to guess who it is?
Last number 2 receiver overall.
He was number 2.
Was it Larry Fitzgerald?
He was actually one of them, but he was number 3 back in 04. This is a list of all the top 5 receivers.
Wait, so you're saying Larry Fitzgerald was 3 second overall picks that was a wide receiver ago, or he was
No, he
3
was
overall?
3rd overall.
Gotcha, okay. 2 overall, and it's more recent than Larry?
Yeah, a little bit.
Was he a Hall of Fame caliber player?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Was it not Marvin Harrison,
No.
was it? But was
He was drafted before him, wasn't he?
before Larry?
Yeah.
I think you're right, yeah.
I also don't think he wasn't a top 5 drafted either.
Marvin Harrison wasn't? Yeah, you might be right. Since Larry, Hall of Fame caliber, and it's not... not Andre Johnson?
No, but he was also a top 5 pick. He was number 3 overall in the previous year, 2003.
Okay, and it
then
was...
Charles Rogers was number 2 in that draft. So
That's
kind of
crazy.
Yeah.
And it was not Calvin?
It was Calvin.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it wasn't him? You didn't even ask.
Well, I didn't...
he was number 2 overall in 2007. AJ
Okay.
Green was 4th overall in 2011. And then the last time we had a number 1 overall was Keyshawn Johnson in 96.
He was good, but I don't even know...
If you go further than that, I don't even... none of these guys are even notable. Except Desmond Howard was pretty good, wasn't he?
With what team?
The Redskins.
I mean, that's so long ago. Definitely
all these
before
other
my
guys I've
time,
never
for
even
sure.
heard of. And then, the recent ones have been pretty good. Because then you got, Andre Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, Braylon Edward. I feel like he was pretty good, but not that high.
No, definitely not worth it.
AJ Green.
And then
Jamar Chase was a 6th overall.
I could have swore he was 4 or 5.
No, because we had 1st and 6th, I think, that year.
And you didn't get Burrow with...
Yeah,
you got them in 2 different years. You got... I could have swore Jamar Chase was 3, 4, or 5.
5th.
He was 5th? Okay. And I believe you got Burrow the year after.
No,
right?
we got him the year before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you got Burrow a year before Jamar. So, and then
That was just a stacked receiver class.
Yeah.
Jamar, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith.
But that's kind of just about it, isn't it?
No, we had. Rashad Bateman's okay.
I don't think he's anywhere near top.
I'm not saying he is.
Yeah.
I thought there was more after that.
Not T Higgins, right?
No, he was the year
with Burrow. Yeah.
Rondale Moore,
no, not
maybe
at
that
all.
was it.
But it was still a phenomenal top
first
3. Yeah. And then since then, there's been Marvin Harrison Jr. was a top 4 pick, wasn't he? Who else was there? There was
in that draft. Or
no, I'm just wondering about the top, the top 5, top 6 receivers drafted recently.
Yeah, I don't think there were really that many, if any.
Yeah, but definitely Marvin Harrison Jr. Who was he? He was last year, right?
Yeah.
Who was the other top? There was Malik Neighbors.
But he wasn't top 5 or anything. He was
like 8 or something like
he
that.
Was 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah. He had a great fucking
he had a
year.
better year than Harrison, to be honest.
What was Mike Evans? Mike Evans was like a
sixth.
top 10, right? I don't think he was quite that
I
high.
don't think he was top 5 either because he didn't show up on it. But Neighbors was 6th overall.
Okay, that's still pretty high.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good pick.
Evans was 7th overall.
Okay.
It was a great. I think Neighbors and Harrison are going to be battling it out every year for top receiver of that class.
Wait, didn't the Jags get somebody recently before Hunt? Yeah, well, Brian Thomas was like a later guy.
He was his second round.
I think he was a late first round, in the 20s.
Late first or early second. They had Justin Blackman. Was he high? 23rd overall.
It's crazy. Yo, you know that what's fucking crazy is Justin Jefferson went later in the draft than
Dude,
every single person that we
I
mentioned
said that
tonight.
year that he should have been. He should have been the first one.
And same with CD. It wasn't CD. Or was CD Lamb like a top 10 pick? I think he probably
I don't
was.
think so.
No.
He was. Wasn't he in the same draft class with them?
Yeah.
I don't think they had a top 10 receiver in that class. Did they? Or
Really?
Henry Ruggs was, wasn't he?
Yes, Henry Ruggs. I want to say 9th or something like that.
Justin Blackman was 5th overall in 2012.
Oh my God! Now he's.
I mean, he was really
getting
good
arrested
when he played. But,
Yeah.
And CeeDee Lamb's still like a really good receiver too.
Yeah. Oh well. Absolutely. Like I think that he should. I think him and Justin Jefferson should both have gone top.
They should have been
10
the top 2
for-
receivers taken off the board.
For sure. Yeah.
They were. I think I took them back to back in the Legacy League, second and third
Yeah.
round. I think.
I'm trying to think of who I've gotten in like the. Who I've gotten in the
Actually,
dynasty
Henry
drafts
Ruggs
lately.
wasn't even top 10. He was 12th, and he was the first receiver in that class.
Really?
And then you had this string of them, I think. Oh no, you had Jerry Jeudy at 15th, CeeDee Lamb at 17th, then Jalen Reagor at 21st, and Justin Jefferson at 22nd.
That's crazy.
And Brandon Ayuk at 20. I said that at the time too. I'm like, why is Reagor above Jefferson? Why is he even in conversation here?
That was still the biggest mistake we've ever
And then
made.
and T Higgins in the second round, the first pick of the second round, and then Michael Pittman Jr. the next pick.
Yeah.
Like they all should have been ahead of Jalen Reagor. And I mean Henry Ruggs, I see the appeal on him, and no one knew he was gonna be a dumb shit like that. But
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, like I see the appeal on Henry Ruggs too. If he would have, like,
I just never saw appeal in Reagor because like in college he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
He had a terrible quarterback, but like.
I hate.
You can't really
I hate
excuse,
getting-
like 600, 700 yard seasons every year just because of a bad quarterback.
I hate getting too cute with it too. Like when there are
Clear
guys
cut
who have the
stars.
build of
Yeah.
like a number 1 receiver. Why, like a guy like Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb?
Well,
Wait.
CeeDee Lamb was taken. But,
Wait, who was there?
well, you could have had Brandon Ayuk, could have had T. Higgins.
Yeah. Like when
But
they're
really, you just take Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, when there are guys that have the mold of a wide receiver 1, why are you getting cute and going with like a slot gadget receiver like Jalen Reagor? You know, at best they can maybe have the ceiling of a Deebo Samuel, some guy that's like able to do bubble screens and like run with the ball and do
I feel
double
like Deebo was
reverses.
built like a number 1.
Even Debo is like much more like muscular and jacked
Like,
than
he runs over people.
yeah, like Jalen Reagor is purely just like a slot gadget, type of player. You know, his upside. That's what I'm saying. Like his absolute ceiling was Deebo
I
Samuel,
don't think
which
the
is.
Steelers have a second round pick. Yeah, they don't.
Speaking of Steelers, when was Pickens or when was DK? DK was like a late first round
late
pick,
first,
right?
I think George Pickens, I think, was also late first.
Yo, it's crazy that
Or
AJ
second?
Brown
No.
didn't go in the first round. And did you know?
Well, he was like early, or no, he was like 47th overall or something.
Yeah.
Who was it? DK.
Yeah, he was towards the end of the first
AJ Brown
round.
was 51st.
Yeah, like I always liked him more than DK
Pickens
Metcalf.
was
I
52nd.
swear.
What, like AJ Brown? Dude, I love him.
Yeah,
I was
like-
so mad when Peanut took him and Marquise Brown back to back, like in the first.
And that
two
was
rounds.
the Nick Chubb year, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Peanut, dude, that draft, Peanut built himself up for the future, and then not long
DK
after.
Metcalf was 64th.
I want to say that was the Nick Chubb year, but Peanut was willing to make some moves there because he took Nick Chubb, who had
I think he had a bunch of early picks too, didn't he?
yes, I mean Nick Chubb had like serious question marks around his like fucking arthroscopically reconstructed kneecap, which
Dan
is
Ruggiero said, "Remember the Colston jersey I won and you guys got it for me spelled backwards
Yes.
lol."
dude. Yo, Marcus Colston.
Spelled backwards.
fucking GOAT, dude. I think Marcus Colston deserves to go to the Hall of Fame. Maybe not on his first ballot. Wait, is he? That's weird. He's not.
Isn't he already? I don't think he's eligible anymore. Hasn't he already gone through all of these?
Wait, that's how. Like, so. How many years do you
Cameron
get?
Giero said, so underrated.
You only get 5 years.
I thought so.
That's cold, man, dude.
Maybe
I think
it's 10. I don't know.
you're probably right because like it's not like they vote on him anymore. Like, I wonder what happens with the with like the eligible people, you know, when they don't make it in.
Well, they just don't make it. That's it.
Yo, Joe and Phil, if you're watching, I am drinking out of my wait, hold up. I'm drinking out of my Holler Boys mug right now. Drinking Coca-Cola out of this bad boy, and you know, I'll probably even start bringing this with me to work. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want, because I'm like really forgetful. I don't want to lose it, so I might keep this at home where I know I can't lose it. So,
But Nick Chubb was, even with the like, he was still 35th overall, which is high for a running back.
yeah, I mean, he was so spectacular of like a talent that you had to make a play on him.
This was the DJ Moore Calvin Ridley year. I think it was before all the receivers. This was 2018.
When did DJ Moore go?
Like what pick?
Yeah. He was the first wide
he was
receiver,
the
right?
first receiver, and he was pretty late, I think. He was 24.
Wow. Dude, that's a great pick. Because he hasn't been...
Like, he had a down year like a couple of years ago, and then actually wasn't last year not that great too?
Well, he was working with a rookie quarterback last year, so... That's like a...
Cameron Giero said, Texans traded 58 and 99 to the Raiders for pick 48.
Texans, they don't really need much. I feel like that's probably for I could see it being for an offensive lineman because they traded the Eagles their offensive lineman.
They also Stroud was getting pressured a lot last
year. Yeah. Who is that offensive lineman that they traded us?
I don't know.
He's like, I've definitely heard of him before, but either way. All right, do you want to, you know how we like grade dating apps?
What are you going to trade traffic?
No, I was going to...
Giero said, Arianti Ursary is who they got.
Wait, hold on.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And the Steelers don't have a third round pick? They're going to get a quarterback. They just wait on Rodgers. Old man Rodgers. Demetrius Knight is who we just got. I
the
like
Bengals?
Yeah.
What position?
Linebacker. It's not really a big need for us, but I do like the pick. Arianti Ursary, offensive tackle from Minnesota.
Never heard of him.
I don't really pay attention to offensive line.
Yeah. So, you know how we grade... Well, let's do this.
Giero said, sorry, my messages come in so much
You're all
later
good, yo.
and it interrupts you. I don't mean to.
Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. Everybody, Tony, Joe, Phil, Dan, Terry, I want all you guys to please... Oh, wait, Kate. I didn't even see Caden. Caden was in here super early and then hasn't said anything since. All right, so here's what we're going to do. There are 8 companies with a value of 1 trillion or more.
What, market cap?
Yes. Can you name them?
Probably not. But
Try your best.
Apple.
Correct.
Google.
Correct.
Microsoft.
Correct.
Nvidia.
Correct.
Aramco.
What is no?
Is that
That's
like
no. They are not. No. Think tech.
I am because I feel like it's a lot of tech. What big tech ones am I missing?
2 of these are used like every single day by billions of people across the planet.
Facebook,
Correct?
Twitter.
No.
they're not in. Hmm.
Think about consuming things.
I mean, isn't it all consuming?
No, like
food, like eating, you mean? Or-
yeah, like this company deals in actual physical goods, and whereas the other ones just deal in like data and like technology and stuff like that. This is an act. Although this company does have cloud services.
what, like buy cloud? What do you mean cloud?
They-
Like, you're just talking about selling stuff. Oh, Amazon.
Correct.
Um,
You got 2 more to go, and I
are
know
they both tech or just
this. One of them remaining is technology, and I know you know it, and few other people even know this company exists. It's a It's a type
Why
of.
would I know it and no one else?
I mean,
Few people.
think of some companies that you have like put on the map.
I mean IBM, but I don't think that's big.
Not IBM.
Broadcom,
All right, I don't know if this will. I think this will give it away.
TSM,
What is that?
Taiwan Semiconductor.
Correct.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Is
And
that the one you were talking about that
Yeah.
I know?
yeah.
I put it on the map because I talk about it within
And there is one more. It's like the elephant in the room.
Of course, they're all pretty much elephants.
No,
except
but, like-
TSM.
Like specifically for the episode and what we've been talking about.
Well, I said Google already.
We've
oh,
talked about it even more than that.
Yeah, like,
I'm like SpongeBob. Like,
you like Krabby Patty. It's tech or is it something?
no, this is not tech.
What is it? Is it like like food or
It is a holding company.
Berkshire?
Yes, correct.
I don't know why I didn't say that one,
Squidward.
but
All right, so we got a 4-factor grading rubric for
we're
these
grading
companies.
all of them?
Dividend yield. An A is 5 to 10%. A B is 3 to 4%.
Drug said, come on, Shernick
Sure.
A C is 1 to 2%, and a D is under 1%. So you might want to like,
And video trash.
yeah. Well, honestly, I don't think there's not going to be a 4.0 here because no company has everything.
Yeah.
So that's the dividend yield. Market cap an A is 1.
Also, yeah, do any of them even have 5 or higher dividends?
Well, not of those
Yeah,
those
those
8
8.
companies. No. Market cap an A is 1 trillion or over.
Wouldn't that be all of them?
All of those, but
Yeah.
I have some additional ones
Okay.
that we can grade too. B is 250 billion to 999 billion. C is 100 billion to 249 billion, and D is under 99 billion. And then these are
IBM's gonna be a D.
these are wait, in what market cap? What it?
Yeah, aren't they like 26 billion or something?
No,
don't know.
I bet you they're higher than that.
Yeah, it might be higher.
I'd be
They're 215 billion.
so they would grade in as a C. Yeah, it's crazy how big some companies are. And then the other 2 factors are sort of like subjective, which would be brand moat, which like I would like this is where it's kind of subjective,
And
but
how
like
well-known they are, or-
just how unlikely they are to be rendered obsolete. Like Coke has Pepsi, so I don't think you could call Coke an A+ for brand moat.
Well,
I think you could maybe call it like a like a B+.
But monopolies are never gonna be a thing. So
Yeah. Although like
then that would basically eliminate any A's.
I don't
think
know.
Coke would be an A.
I mean, what about Amazon? Do you think there's any company that's close to invading on like Amazon's like what Amazon provides to the world?
I mean, there are things that take away from it, like eBay and other like sites that sell stuff. But Amazon, I would say, is probably bigger market share than like Coke would be for soda.
Yeah, so
But
like
I still would say Coke is pretty high.
is an A. Well, that's
Maybe
like
we
I
can
said.
call 'em a
Like I
B.
said, this is subjective. So if you
Yeah.
wanted to give Coke an A, I wouldn't necessarily tell you like that's wrong. And then finally, trajectory, which is kind of
What, like their stock trajectory? You think it's
yeah, like
something
a company like Ford, you could not give Ford an A for trajectory.
Maybe
Like
even give it a C.
yeah, like it'd be fair to give Ford like a C or a D. So, but you all right? So, why don't we start? Do you want to start with the big boys, or do you want to start with like some of the lesser known ones?
Wherever you want.
All right, let's start with Coke, just because it'll be easy for us to do.
Kate M said, "Hi guys."
Hey, Kate. So I don't know if Devin told you, Kate, but I think Kate's gonna get a kick out of this. Kate, I don't know if Devin told you, but next week, Cherney and I are going to Omaha, motherfucking Nebraska, to go to the Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting. Here are the credentials in my hand.
Hilarious how you're hyping that up like anyone else would get.
I think it's cool. Like I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. We're going there. We got the plane tickets. Actually, I should probably book the hotel tonight. It's not like hotels are like. I mean, you can get a hotel like spur of the moment.
But
Kate
it's
M
more
said,
expensive.
he mentioned it. I am super excited for you guys. That's
Yeah.
awesome and it'll be a great experience.
And we're gonna do a fucking episode.
Bucks are picking now.
You know me. I gotta do episodes if I go far away. First of all, if I do an episode in Omaha, Nebraska, I'm able to write off all of the travel expenses and lodging.
Is it really all of it?
Well, I don't know how much I'm
Drug
reimbursed.
said, do you own any of the stocks? I
Yeah.
have a few.
Wait, what? Wait, he changed it. Wait,
That's funny.
nasty. Or I'm sorry, not nasty. Dan, are you saying that you have a Berkshire
Caitlin
Hathaway?
said,
No, I
yes,
think he's saying he has
Hotel
a
edition
few
episode.
stocks, not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Berkshire.
Yeah.
I'm curious
Yes.
what he has. Then.
I have two Berkshire Hathaway shares. So I'll bet you Dan's. I guess Dan's being a crypto guy. He
I've
probably
won
gets
on
meme
Robinhood.
coins.
Drug said, I won it on Robinhood when I invited friends.
That's cool.
Which stock?
Don't tell me he got a fraction of Berkshire. That'd be pretty cool. All right, so what we're doing right now, this might, and guys, let me know if you find this to be boring. I think it's informative, and I think you guys can figure out what it is that you want to invest in.
This is Patreon exclusive material.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys find it boring,
That you're getting for free.
if you guys find it boring, I won't take offense. If you guys just say like, all right, can we move on to other
I
subjects?
probably won't say anything. We'll just leave.
All right, Coke's market cap 300 billion. What does that place
That's
them
a
at?
B, right?
That's a B.
I don't know. It's your credential. I don't remember those.
Yes, that makes them a B. Coke's dividend yield is
Currently 2.84.
okay. That would put them at a.
B or C?
Put them at a C.
Dang, your
Technically-
standards are high.
But like I mean, my personal. I would personally. Oh,
Like it's a pretty good.
first of all, they're soaring to all-time highs right now. They're basically
well,
like,
low now.
well, not like.
Like not low, but they
Yeah.
went down. Today.
Yeah, it's like-
the last couple days actually.
Yeah, it's like and I've been picking up shares. It's like $2 underneath its all-time highs.
I'll buy it again when it's at 60.
But yeah, like Coke is usually like well into the 3% dividend yield, but because it has soared so much, it has kind of hurt its own dividend yield. But I mean, that's how it goes.
Raise your dividend.
Coke, we're gonna give it a C for dividend yield. Trajectory, what would you call Coke?
Probably say it's an A.
Yeah, I mean it's looking just it's like fucking
Just look at its chart. It's kind of generally going.
it's like
up.
basically straight up. Like it was flat for probably like 60 years, and then it just started flying. I'll bet you that's probably when
You could
Warren
give a
Buffett
B,
bought
I
it
guess,
right at the
but,
bottom of that.
Well, when he bought it like a while ago.
Yeah, he bought it like 30 years ago.
He's like sold and bought some here and there as well at times.
I'll bet you he bought most of his shares back at like fucking $5.94 because he's just a beast. So, but would you'd give that
$5.94.
yeah, you'd give that trajectory an A?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
A or B, but it looks. Pretty
I'd give it an A. That's like
It had its hiccups at times.
that's a
During
very
07,
smooth
yeah.
equity curve
Yeah.
and brand moat.
So what? This is just like
How
it's
likely?
like its market share.
Yeah, like it's market share. Like
I guess a B because Pepsi
B.
is like pretty even with it, but like
And
they
there's-
don't have much else. Like Keurig would be second. Or,
I mean, even like I don't know what Signature Selector, like there are many sodas that could theoretically infringe upon Coke. If
I don't think anything at this point. I think both Coke and Pepsi are too strong to really be infringed on.
I agree.
Keurig,
They're a
think, is,
duopoly.
like, third probably, but they're not really close.
Yeah. Okay, so we got BCAB. What is that in GPA?
3.25 BCAB.
BCAB.
Oh no, wait, that's just the 3.0.
3.0. See, I think this will be really good for investors to like look at this shit, be like, oh, where's the best GPA? Where's the best GPA? Oh, okay, I'm gonna invest my money there.
Tampa just took Benjamin Morrison, cornerback out of Notre Dame.
Okay. Philip Morris.
Okay.
So, Philip Morris has a dividend yield of 3.17. And that's also because it has flew up to all-time highs. Like it used to be like a 5 or a 6% dividend yield,
I thought
but
that was Altria. I thought that was
Altria still is. Altria but yeah, like Philip Morris, if you look at its past like year or two, like look at Philip Morris's past. Yeah.
Year, it's
Dude, it's-
almost doubled.
Yeah, that's it. It's gone up $100 in basically the last 2 years. Like that's crazy. So yeah, but a dividend yield of.
But then before like April of 2024, it was kind of just not really doing much. It was just kind of flat.
So dividend yield of 3. What are we giving that? We're giving that a B. Okay. Market cap is $265 billion.
So is that a C or a B?
That is a B. All right, now brand moat. It's quite good.
There's a lot of competition in cigarettes.
One-
It would still be probably like a B for me.
Yeah, and like I mean they have Marlboro, which is
Yeah.
the authority in
Them in Newport.
tobacco.
But like Marlboro's probably bigger.
Do they own Newport as well?
Yeah,
I think
thought-
they may. Yeah, just type in like who owns Newport. They also own some cigar companies.
R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company.
Okay. But you know why I think Philip Morris is the best tobacco company to have your money is they have like whatever those fucking lozenges are. No,
Lozenges.
yeah. Everyone in the comments is probably talking about it. It's this guy says park the upper deck. I feel like that's a lozenger reference, like probably to putting it in your upper teeth or some Zins.
Oh, Zins.
They have
The
Zins.
smokeless tobacco.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they got pretty big when I was at Wawa.
yeah, like I think Zins are gonna keep Philip Morris going hard for the next foreseeable future. So brand moat.
Don't they also have like e-cigs?
Yeah,
What's
but their e-cigs are trash.
Oh.
They don't have flares. They don't have blues. They don't have
they don't have Juul.
They don't have Juul, I don't believe. Like they don't have any of the vapes that are good, and I've tried them all. But it doesn't matter. Like I'm sure some people still buy their vapes, and they have probably another dozen tobacco companies that they produce. So, do you want to give them a B for brand moat?
Sure. Yeah.
And trajectory.
I'd say a B.
B. Yeah.
They've been flat for a while until like the last year.
Yeah, the trajectory.
They've gone up really well just last year. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna continue like the way.
That's their trajectory. It's like fairly fucking beautiful,
is
but
that from 5 years or?
that's their all-time trajectory.
Oh, the all-time I'm looking at shows more, and it's kind of flat for a
Well,
while.
the thing about Weeble is it
doesn't go that far.
Well, no, it's just like hard to like. It's hard to. I don't know how to like. It's hard to do the proportions. Like. I don't know, but yeah, like I'm fine with giving them a B for that. That's a 3.0.
What was it?
BBBB.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay, so we got a tie right now for best stock that we've highlighted. Should we go do a big dog?
Sure.
All right, let's grade Berkshire. Fucking.
Well, we had to at some point. Right?
All right, here's Berkshire. Dividend yield. D.
You say D? They
Yeah.
don't have one?
No dividend. Nope. Never have given a dividend. Market cap. A. Trajectory.
They can't get higher than a 3 then. Or,
if
well,
they
they
were,
could get 3.25.
yeah,
if they
but
get straight A's after.
But let's see. I mean, yeah, they likely will get an A for trajectory, right? I mean, they're the like best performing stock of all time. Yeah, like this trajectory literally is just a fucking gamma ramp that just goes straight to the clouds. Like, yeah, they get an A for trajectory. But well, what about for brand mode? Do you think that?
They're like pretty well known, but they're not like they don't have like their brand is great for like holdings, not for like their products or anything.
Yeah, although
like a B,
but they kind like really I see.
Well, you're not giving them an A.
All right, I insist on at least a B though,
Okay.
because like there's no company that does what they do.
Sure.
The only piece of proprietary technology that they could lose, which would hurt them, would be like Warren Buffett passing away. But even most people think that like that is not even big enough to sink the company.
I think the company's probably got a good replacement by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so there are other investment groups that are solid too, like Vanguard and
yeah, true.
Charles Schwab
and BlackRock and State Street, but
none as big as them, obviously.
Like Berkshire is still, in my opinion, the. But all right, I'm fine with a B. So they got A B D.
Yeah, they're a 3.0.
Jesus Christ on the motorbike.
Buy them all.
All right, let's go
Trey
to.
Harris just went to the Chargers.
What position is he?
Wide receiver from Ole Miss.
Okay, yeah, I did know about him. All right, let's go.
Where is Shedeur Sanders going?
Dude, he's still on the board.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been so fucking flashy and shit. But did you see that chain?
Well, I don't really care about that. But did he like say anything specific? Like, did he have an attitude issue?
Yeah, like he's got Deion Sanders' attitude.
Well, yeah, but like, is he like? Like Caleb Williams had an attitude, and they drafted him high as fuck.
Dude, he's acting like he's. Look at this chain, dude. I mean, this just like.
I thought you loved.
It's just it's like I don't like huge
Tacky.
gaudy chain. Yeah, huge gaudy tacky chains. Like I'm just showing the people. Like I say, get a chain, get a nice little reasonable chain. You don't gotta fucking get this big gaudy chain. Okay. On to we'll do my favorite company of all time.
Not Berkshire?
Microsoft. Fuck Berkshire. I mean, I love
Damn.
Berkshire.
I'm
but-
gonna say fuck Berkshire when you're going to their meeting.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
You were excited about it.
They got a 3.0. Let's see if someone can beat them.
Probably.
Let's see if Softy can beat them.
Soft.
All right.
Soft.
For their dividend, gets a D.
Or they're less than 1, right?
Yeah, 0.85%. For their market cap, get an A. For their trajectory, I assume this is going to be an A.
Yeah, I would still say it had its like problems during recessions and stuff, but I'd
Yeah.
still give it an A.
Yeah, that's a beautiful looking equity curve. Get an A. And for brand moat, they're gonna tie. Like, do you think that Microsoft is irreplaceable to the world?
I mean, kind of. They're like.
Do you think they get an A for brand mode?
What other?
They first of all, they have Xbox
I was thinking of like Word and Excel.
and ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT right now is the authority in AI.
Which is like probably second amongst operating systems.
To what? To Google?
Chrome,
Yeah. Yeah, they have all of the.
And they're spread out to so many different things. Like you've got the operating system, you've got the like Microsoft Office. What else is there other than Microsoft Office?
There's Google, which is infringing on that.
Google Sheets and stuff is.
I like it better
I
personally.
like Sheets better.
Yeah, but they're like they offer basically the exact same product.
So Microsoft and Google would basically be the ties with each other. I guess a B.
A B.
If we're calling Coke a B, then we gotta kind of call Microsoft a B.
Okay, yeah. So we got another 3.0. I mean, like, you know, like you can't. There's no such thing as the perfect company. So maybe you guys should just, if you see a 3.0, you know, like just fucking lock in and sleep easy at night. No matter what's going on in the world, a 3.0 is gonna basically deliver you like fantastic returns.
Yeah.
All right, how about we go to Lockheed Martin?
I heard you say lock in, and I thought you were gonna go Lockheed Martin.
Lockheed Martin, dividend of
2.76.
what does that get them?
B or C?
It's a C. Ugh. I thought they were better than that.
What, in terms of dividends or general?
I thought they had a better dividend than that. Market cap of 112 billion. That puts them at once again a C. Brand mode is pretty good. Like all there is Raytheon and Northrop Grumman. I think that's what it is. Like they're the best defense. They're the best defense manufacturer. Like there's a few, you know.
I wouldn't really know well enough, but I guess it'd probably be an A or B.
I want to say
A.
A, yeah. And for trajectory, it's actually pretty fucking.
Probably still an A.
Yeah, like that's a nice trajectory. I'm gonna say A. Okay, CCAA, is that another 3.0?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ on the motorbike. All right, let's go until we find a company that we do not rank.
At a 3.
I'm gonna keep on.
Get a trash one.
Nah, I'm gonna go Apple. Yeah. Apple dividend is it's under. Yep. Okay. Get it. No, because like the companies that have shit dividends, their market cap makes up for them. It's got an A in market cap. But like one of them's not gonna have a perfect trajectory, you would think. I mean, although like Apple's going to have an A trajectory once again. What about brand mode though? Because there is the Android, there is Samsung, there is.
So I'd give it a B, maybe. It'd be a B or an A. Like, you can't give Apple less than a B on that.
On brand. Give it
like
a B.
the most well known.
All right, so we'll give it a B. Wait, did this finally break it? I think it did.
maybe.
DAAB.
Wait, we did all of it already?
Yeah, we did dividend. We
That
did.
doesn't break it. Then that's a 3.0.
God damn it. Okay. Let's go.
You just didn't want to give him a B, so it'd be different.
No, I did. I did. I'm just trying to be reasonable. Let's go with Amazon.
Amazon.
I don't even have them on my. Wait, do I? I think I probably do. No, I took them off my. I just fucking hate
They don't
Amazon.
have it.
Even though I technically am like a fraction of a shareholder because I worked there for like a month and
Really?
they paid me like, 1% of my pay in stock options, which I'm sure I'd never worked enough to earn a whole share of Amazon, even though it's
Mhm.
it's dumb.
Wouldn't it have rolled over into your 401k? once you
I don't
left?
know how to do that.
It doesn't automatic. Or
I don't like it's in some me. I don't know because I still get emails. They're like vote on Amazon, and I'm like, nah, dude, fuck Amazon. But let's see if it gets a 3.0. Dividend D.
Mhm.
Trajectory. I'm assuming.
It hasn't done well I mean it was kind of during the COVID era, but it's still an A. Like it's still
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Market cap A
Yeah.
and brand mode. They
Yeah,
actually.
that'll be an A.
This is gonna be the
That's
company that I
3.35.
fucking hate is gonna
the one that's the best.
be. Yeah.
They're just great in everything but dividend.
Third company that has basically rendered like UPS, FedEx, and the federal mail service like completely obsolete. They've also
Amazon uses them.
okay. Well, they're
They
Amazon's
They
bitch.
boost up at FedEx and UPS.
But fucking and they also have like taken over. They've made buying brand new products cheaper than buying used products on like eBay and shit like that. Like,
Really?
oh yeah, like I mean, a lot of people literally get the shit that they want from Amazon, and then they're like, I didn't get it, and Amazon's like, just fucking get your broke ass off my fucking shit. Like, if you ever request a refund from Amazon, they're like, here, take your fucking money, you broke bitch. Like, okay, all right, well, let's go down to.
I mean, you still have to return it.
No, like they
they never gave me a refund if I didn't return it.
no.
Yeah,
Was that a long time ago before they were like?
it was like a couple of years ago.
All right.
Why would they do that now?
Yeah, like
the last 2 years.
I've heard people like getting mattresses and just saying like I didn't get it, and they're like,
Wow.
have fun with your mattress, you broke bitch.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
all right, how about we go IBM?
Okay.
Dividend 2.87.
So B or C? B for
I think
C, right?
I think that's a C. Yeah. Dividend C. And that's once again, that's a company that has shot up past its dividend. It was like $167. They haven't even had a chance to increase their dividend. Because I remember it was basically exactly 1 year ago. I was like, kind of want to buy IBM. It's got like a huge dividend, and yeah, like, and it shot up. It shot up this past year.
Kate M said, hold it down more in the camera. Lol.
Oh shit. Okay, sorry. This is IBM. I'll show like this is the last couple years of IBM. And when I first started investing, I thought IBM was like a relic of the
Kate M
past.
said, sometimes the big gaudy chains look fake. Don't
Oh.
you agree? Lol.
Oh yeah, like I think it looks fucking dumb. Like, I mean, I think it was just stupid. You know what I mean? If you want to just get like a nice Cuban link, nice gold Cuban link with a nice gold cross, I'm all for that. Or even if you want to get like, I like what Malik got. He just said leak. Like one draft night he had a chain that said leak. I thought that was
IBM
okay.
was a thing of the past with Watson.
What's
They were like
what's
the-
Watson?
You never.
Is
I
that their
feel like
AI?
I feel like
Yeah.
I talked about it before. He was on Jeopardy. He was I don't know. I'm saying he.
It.
I mean, he had a male voice.
But well,
it-
is that
it was like
relatively
the-
new, or is that?
Not anymore, but it was like the pioneer for AI when Jeopardy had it on. Like it was the only AI that ever went on Jeopardy, as far as I know.
What the fuck? Kate says she's been commenting this whole time.
She's banned.
Well, Kate, 2 of your comments just came through, so
Raider just took another buff.
yo, we need Rye. We need Rye to get in here. What the fuck is Rye doing?
No, not being.
Anyway, IBM trajectory. Do you want to give them an honestly? I think an A is.
It's like lower than the others, and they were kind of flat for.
It's kind of like
now.
it's kind of stair stepping,
Yeah, like now it's been really.
but
good.
yeah, like it's going straight up in the past like few years, you know. But
like if you look from 2023 to like 99, it's not even like it's like $20 to $30 up from that point.
I might need to turn my brightness of my phone down and see if that like comes up better on the screen. Does that come up? Does that show better? Yeah, that shows much better when I turn the brightness down. Okay, so do you want to give it a B for trajectory?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about for what else is their market cap? 215 billion.
That's a B or a C?
That is a C. Unfortunately, they only need another like $35 billion in order to become B status. But all right, so here's going to be a company that falls below 3, I think. And what about their brand moat? I think it's fair.
C?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say C. You got companies in terms of like just plain. Yeah, like I mean AI. They're yeah, and for like
kind of different things.
for computer hardware, there's a dozen companies that
yeah.
Apple, fucking
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, you can say a C, I guess.
Okay. CBCC.
2.25.
Okay. And how about we just for funsies, we'll do NVIDIA. Dividend D.
I'm so excited.
Market cap A. Trajectory is pretty impressive. I think it could be A
I mean,
status.
specifically the last 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, that's
3 years.
a straight gamma ramp on NVIDIA.
What is a gamma?
I don't know. Do you usually look at that? I just hear
You
people
just say
always
it.
saying it. I could be totally wrong. It's parabolic is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a parabola.
Well, semi-parabolic. A parabola would be like a U, wouldn't it?
Wait, what's? No, isn't that an ellipse?
No, an ellipse is like an oval.
What is?
A parabola is just, it'd be a semi-parabola.
Okay.
Like half of one.
Well, because I always hear, I always hear people saying
Well, they say
these.
parabolic.
Yeah, like
because it's like half, like I don't know.
when it's going straight up, it's going parabolic. But like, yeah, I'm not I'm not a physics PhD. Like, you know, I don't know this shit. And what else is their brand moat? Honestly, does NVIDIA have? Would you give it a B for brand moat?
Probably.
They're not the only semiconductor
not-
manufacturer.
are-
Like
are
they
they-
are
they're like
the
biggest,
best.
and then TSM's like really close.
Yeah.
And Broadcom's also in their sector, right?
But like a lot of people seem to think that NVIDIA. I mean, for good reason. A lot of people like love NVIDIA's microprocessors more than the next guys. You know, like. So do we want to give it a B for brand moat? Okay. DAAB is a 3.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll finish with something random. See if we can maybe get down here. One of my favorite. I don't really know why. It's just been around for literally 100 years. It's one of the oldest companies, still doing great. Let's go with Colgate
Oh, I
Palmolive.
thought you were gonna say Ford.
I just I know it's not. I know metrically it's not going to stack up well. I think Col-
Did well.
I think Colgate Palmolive has a chance to maybe get a 3.0, even though it's not of the same caliber as these other ones. I think it could be a nice, cute little place to put your money. Colgate Palmolive dividend yield of 2.2. That is a C.
Yeah.
Market cap of 76 billion.
Isn't that a D?
Yeah, it's gonna get a D. Trajectory is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'd give that an A.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was better than what was the one we gave a B to?
IBM. Yeah, like this.
Or
This
was
is
it-
more. Yeah, this is more. It's more. I don't know. Poised, I'd say, to just keep on making like a steady upward motion. So I'm fine with giving it an A. It really.
Or wait, yeah, yeah.
It really hasn't had a sustained down period since like whatever year this is, like back when it was like 42 and went to 14. Ever since that like little period of time, it's been just steady like up.
Except this, like 2024.
Yeah, but even this is like even earlier
That's
this
like
year
the-
it hit 107.50.
Yeah, and then,
So
and then it went down to 86.
yeah.
That was as big as this, from what I can tell.
Well, in terms of actual like money, but in terms of percentage wise,
I think
Going-
percentage that probably was too.
no, going
Pretty
from
close to
no,
it.
it went from 41 to 14. That's like a
Where?
like so long ago. You know, probably this is probably we're talking like 80 years ago or something.
Oh, I can only see back to like 1985.
Yeah. Well, like
and it only shows it at like $1 at that point.
like I said,
Splits, I'm assuming.
Colgate has been around since 19. Where do I see it? It was founded in 1923.
It says 1806 here.
Well, that's probably true. Like it was probably just a private company back then. It probably went public in 1923, but
on the stock market,
yeah,
1908.
yeah, whatever. But like like I said, all right. So trajectory A, and
1908, they initiated mass sales of toothpaste and tubes.
okay, so and then brand mode. There are other
219-year-old company. Jesus.
dude. I'm such a huge Colgate fan. And Rise always
The
like
merger was in 1953.
what?
Colgate Palmolive, the merger. Was
Okay.
in 1953.
Okay. Rise always like when Colgate goes up, I'm gonna sell. I'm like, no, don't. Although I'd be a hypocrite if
And
I
it's
told
not a
him.
bad thing to sell high.
Yeah, true that. I suppose if it were to get to like 107
And then
again.
you can always buy when it dips.
Yeah, exactly. So, but brand mode there is Crest, there is.
I feel like what is the biggest toothpaste? Would it be Crest or would it be Colgate?
I mean, either way, what did we give Coke for that? We gave B's to
it'd probably be a
Duopolis.
B.
Okay,
I'm just curious what the biggest market share is on toothpaste.
I'll bet you it's very close to a 50-50 split.
Well,
There,
they would have less than 50 for both because there's other ones as well.
no, but I do believe that.
Crest is 34.7, Colgate is 33.5.
But Colgate Palmolive has other toothpastes,
Well, yeah.
so
How do they?
yeah, like I think they have AIM. Well, I'll tell you
Well, I
right
think
now,
this is
actually.
taking their whole company. or
Wait,
maybe-
no. Here, tell me if you see. I'm gonna let you know. And also, Colgate Palmolive, they're in the pet food space too. They have what do they have? They have Hills pet food, which is like one of the players.
The only other brands they mentioned are Tom's of Maine and Arm & Hammer. I've never even heard of Tom's of Maine.
Wait, they have. Is that the shoes, Tom's? I think.
I don't know.
I bet you it's those shoes.
But
They're
it's supposed to be toothpaste.
oh really okay. Wait, They got Irish Spring. I didn't know that.
What, the Palmolive thing?
Colgate has Irish Spring as well.
I like Irish.
They got I could have swore that they had I guess they just have other I thought they had other toothpaste, but they do have other other
But
detergents
if you,
and
yeah,
shit
I
like
mean,
that.
like if you're talking between those two specifically, they're like 50-50.
All right, so we're giving them C, D, A, B. What's their
CDAB,
Yeah,
2.5.
it's not bad. That's third place amongst the what? What did we do? 10 here? 1, 2,
Like,
3,
it's
4.
like tied.
Well, it's tied. It's tied for third
There's
place.
like but there's like 6 tied above
Of
it.
as second place, yeah.
Yeah, like there's
First,
one.
so first place goes to Amazon, which is something to think about. I mean, I absolutely fucking hate. And honestly, I would never.
I don't really like going for non-dividend ones.
Yeah, I love Warren Buffett. I would never have bought Berkshire Hathaway if this fucking shareholder conference wasn't a possibility. That's the only reason.
You bought it?
Yeah, like I mean, cause like, what, like, it's not gonna go to.
I thought you just loved Warren Buffett and wanted to buy his.
Well, that is like a part of it, but like, I mean, I love, like, he's not the only. Like, I like Bill Gates a lot, but
Well, yeah, you own Microsoft too.
I mean, I love Microsoft as a stock much more than Berkshire. You know, like even though it's only 85 or 0.85 of Microsoft, I love it. I love it like 85 times more than Berkshire Hathaway. That's why I only have like 2 shares of Berkshire. But like I'll probably hold on to them as long as Warren's alive, and if.
Where are you gonna sell when he dies?
Well, it depends. If the stock has like doubled in value by that time, then I'll probably hold on to it and see how it does.
That would be the point where you sell.
Maybe I will. Well,
if it only goes up like I don't know 10%, I maybe like hold.
Kind of feel like
it probably would dip when it passes for like a little bit.
I don't want to talk about it. It's making me sad.
It's a sensitive subject.
He still could have like another like
RJ
7.
Harvey to the Broncos.
What position is he?
Running back from UCF.
Hey guys, if you're still watching, please comment in so we know you're watching, or maybe it's broken. It might be broken. So, all right. How about I'm gonna run this ad real quick. And then I will get back to it. Well, we got about an hour left of this show. Okay. All right, here we go. I apologize for my slowness, people. Here we go. All right, fellas. It's time that we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men, it's our duty to perform, whether it's at the trading desk, on the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom. There's no description that does justice to the confidence boost you'll receive when you rock the socks off your lover. Would you want to be Ross to Rachel? Just friends. Like, no. Would you want to feel like a president just died flying your flag at half-mast? Would you feel like a magician if you came to the stage a few jacks short of a full deck? No, you wouldn't. So why are you going to battle in the bedroom with groggy privates? The only blue pill we endorse at the Good Faith Podcast is It's Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. And yes, we're talking about those pills that make you want to run a double marathon under the covers like David Goggins. Forget about overpriced Hims, Romans, and Blue Chews. It's Mr. Nasty Time is the real deal at an amazing price that won't let you down and can't be beat. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if she cancels on me and these magic beans stick me with a giant beanstalk in my briefs? Well, say fee, fi, fo, fum to that. Now you're in control. I've personally tried these bad boys, and it's a lot more mellow than you'd expect. You can pop one over drinks and appetizers, and it's not going to give away your position. Or due to the quick acting effect, go to the bathroom, pop one in or two, and be fully equipped to perform. Just like all the expensive name brands, Mr. Nasty delivers his products in discreet packaging, but for a fraction of the outrageous cost that they do. Around here at the GFP, we're about leveling up, and why not level up your sex life and check out It's Mr. Nasty Time and get your mojo back. Scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. Let this atrocious stock market be the only thing getting you down and save yourself the headache of a lackluster sex life. It's Mr. Nasty Time. And if you want to achieve an erection instead of a correction, then, you know, go with Mr. Nasty Time. All right. Should we, you want to do Reddit advice?
Sure.
Okay. I kind of want to eat some of this amazing jerky.
Sure.
Do you want any more?
I haven't tried any of the ones.
I'm not sure if I want to. Do you want any more of this?
Sure.
Right here. I kind of might want to save them
for another time.
Yeah, because I think we got five or six bags, so that could last us 5 or 6 episodes. But if he's gonna keep on supplying it, then I might even buy a couple just so I help him out. He's helping us out. Oh good. Guys, seriously, try Holler Boys jerky. This peach bourbon jerky is so amazing.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I've been trying to get better Reddit advice ones that are, fair and, not is our chat broken? Do you think
No. Is there a way to find out?
I could probably close speech chat and see if I can. Hey Kate, if you're still there, I just reset speech chat. By the way, speech chat, everything goes through Google. That's why I love Google. All right, guys, try again. If you've been trying to chat, I just reset speech chat, so try commenting in if you're still watching us. And let us know. All right. So, does being emotionally available early on kill attraction? New to this subreddit, and notice a pattern in a lot of relationship posts. For example, a guy meets a woman he really likes. She seems to be into him. Then he starts showing interest and sharing feelings before there's been any investment from her side, and she pulls back. Is that most guys' experiences? Would love to hear from guys who've either been there or learned how to strike the right balance.
Sorry, I missed the beginning. What was it?
Does being emotionally available too early? He just asked, does being emotionally available early on kill attraction?
For women? Or in general, for both
Yeah,
guys?
does it kill a woman's attraction?
To be emotionally available? I don't really think it does. I think if you're too emotional, it would, but it is kind of vague. We're not really getting much specifics of what it means.
All right, so how other people interpreted it, where finding the middle ground can be a challenge sometimes, but it's why it's important to take things. Yo, Joe, if you are able to, I'm going to air that one more time. So if you're watching, Joe, hold up. Okay, sorry. Finding the middle ground can be a challenge sometimes, but it's why it's important to take things at a steady pace as to what to say next to avoid scaring them away when showing interest and reciprocating. It's about a balance between being emotionally reserved, but not revealing too much, too soon, being emotionally slutty. Emotionally slutty is a new term for me, and I love it.
God.
I think most guys don't lose the girl because they didn't open up. They lose her because they gave away the weight of their emotions before she had any reason to carry it. Do you think that's like fair?
Sure. So emotionally slutty just means like being overly emotional, or
Yeah, like just yeah,
I've
just
never heard that.
yeah, just like giving up your emotional availability right at at the start.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure what they mean by like giving up their emotional ability at the start. Like, is it just like bawling in front of them right at the beginning on your
It could
first
yeah,
date?
it
Or
could
is
be
it-
crying too early. It could really just be anything, like saying like, I'm feeling such a real connection to you. Like I really, really, really like you. I've never been this honest with people with a woman before. Like just
Well, I mean that last part seemed kind of fine, but like being like immediately in love sounds kind of too much.
it
I
yeah,
feel
like
like that's too
it's
much
kind of
energy.
love bombing, being
Yeah,
emotionally available.
love bombing early would be bad.
Yeah, I mean that's being emotionally available.
Well, I don't I don't think love bombing is like the same category of emotional availability. I think that's a higher degree.
Women like a challenge. They don't want
Sure.
they don't want a man
They
who's
like
just
the
gonna
chase.
like be like eaten out of the palm of their hands right off the rip. But the expectation is for men to carry it right away. It's getting less and less common for a man to be able to open up at all in any stage of the relationship. Too much BS crap about men not having emotions that there are a lot of people that now expect it to be real.
James Brennan said, gotta give it like 6 months at least.
Yeah, I mean this commenter says don't give it at all. And the title of the episode is nothing is good or bad. It's your thinking that makes it so. I think honestly, maybe I'm fucking jaded and fucked up. I don't think there's any reason to cry unless somebody dies. Like you should not be crying in front of your woman or your children or anything unless serious shit is going down. Like
Like if your team loses Super Bowl.
no, absolutely not.
I
Absolutely
think a
not.
lot of tough guys generally do that for that specific.
Well, like that doesn't mean it's like a good reason. Like I said, I think someone dies. I suppose if you lose your job and there's like serious risk of your family starving and people mouths eating or relying upon you, that could be a serious reason to cry. Although I think if you have a wife and she sees you get fired and then cry about it, like she's gonna lose a lot of faith in your ability to lead the household to prosperity and safety and security. So
what if you lose $1 million 20 leg parlay on the last leg?
absolutely not. First of all, you should not be gambling. I mean, unless, like if you're gambling $1 million,
No, like you would win $1 million, not that you gambled.
that is especially not a fucking reason to cry. Like about counting your chickens before they hatch. Like no, you didn't lose anything. You just didn't.
Still lost. You probably lost like 1,000 or something.
But like I said, nothing is good or bad. It's your frame of mind which interprets it. I suppose. I mean, if somebody lost a loved one, that is absolutely a fine reason to cry. Like, we only live once, so if somebody passes away, you absolutely should mourn a loss, and like crying is.
So then something is good or bad. It's not just.
I suppose the only thing that is the only thing that I think is perpetually bad is death. But
What if you're a sociopath? Then you don't care about that.
yeah, but I
And
mean,
sometimes you think it's good, honestly.
well, like some people are probably so spiritually enlightened that they're able to rejoice in death, that like a person is at peace and maybe in
I don't think anyone ever rejoices in it from it unless they're a sociopath. But
I mean, yeah, I don't know, like that. I think people could be so
I guess
so masterful at framing life that they're
there's
able
also the one like those cults where they like die
kill
together.
themselves.
And
Yeah,
they're,
like
thinking this is a better thing.
no, but like I'm sure like there are people that are able to just smile at a loved one's funeral. Like they were, I love them so much. I'm so happy that they're at peace now. I've never been that type of person who was able to, be so like in tune with my emotions. But like I have no doubt that there are people who are so in touch with their emotions that they're able to like process their emotions and not not stuff away their sadness. They're able to like feel it, but not necessarily like break down into like a gooey puddle of tears over their sadness. They're able to just process it and then go along with their life. Like more power to them. In the beginning stages, you're supposed to be fun and funny, not trauma dump and emotional waterfall. I love the like words.
James
here.
Brennan said, "Birds on the clock."
Okay, good shit. Stay with us, I hope. Fucking have us on your smartphone. You fucking left.
You can see my
Yeah, I can see the like little fucking trajectory. I give Peanut a
We have
C
a
for
D
trajectory.
trajectory.
Yeah. In the beginning stage, you're supposed to be fun, not emotional waterfall. That can come later once
Yeah.
you two are
I
comfortable with being around each other. What do we got here? Eh. Wait, what was this one? It seems okay. We'll do this one. All right. I'm a 38-year-old man. She's a 38-year-old woman. Sorry, it's male and female. I know that those two terms are very convoluted. We've been together because I said man and woman, but they say male and female,
Okay.
and I need to
I thought you
recondition
said
myself
that.
to not use those gendered languages because they're offensive and triggering. We now have three young ones.
Safety, Andrew Cuba.
What
Texas.
what college?
Texas.
Texas. Okay, I've never heard of them, but
Neither have
I like the position.
I like the position, even if I don't know if they're good at it.
I mean, I already said last night. I have full trust in Howie to do this draft. I mean, like
It's
every
not really the drafting that recently he has.
he's gotten so much better at drafting in the last 5 years that like I have just complete trust in Howie to navigate our team to be like a constantly winning
I
organization.
think a lot of it also just comes from like free agency and trade.
So all right, I'm sorry. We now have 3 young ones.
James Brennan said, "Andrew Mucuba, S, Texas."
Yeah, I fuck with
Texas.
it. Peanut, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear me if you're listening. I am I have complete trust in Howie. I don't even need to watch him. I just need to like read the names, and I'm sure that they'll all become, contributing members of our young core that is, gaining experience and becoming really good football players. All right, we now have 3 young ones and had our first just 6 months after meeting each other. Long story short, we've always had some communication issues when it comes to sex. I'm confident she's attracted to me, and I'm very much attracted to her. There are a few things going on here. Us having young kids is certainly a factor in why we are only having sex 1 to 2 times a month. I mean, I get it. I'm like, but that's alarming, and that's the frequency is very low. You got to make sure that you don't let it go and get any worse to become a deadbed. Where I am a little confused is anytime we discuss it, she's very much interested and says she wants to have sex more. And if I just initiate, I will see that. I don't think it's necessarily right that I have to be the one to initiate sex. It's not fair. I have to be the one to initiate sex. Shut up. I don't think it's necessarily right that I have to be the one to
Like,
initiate sex.
Why is that even a? Why are you complaining about that? It's not hard to initiate sex with your partner.
The comments in here are really good and helpful. I don't think it's necessarily right that I have to be the one to initiate sex each and every time, especially as I know she's capable. Just a few years ago, she would. She would have no issue making the first move. Also, I guess it's hard for me to initiate when my partner isn't seemingly in the mood, although to her credit, hasn't flat out said, no, I don't want to have sex. Whether it's she has fallen asleep, doesn't feel good, ate too much, etc. She will mention she wants to play later. And then when later comes, there's absolutely no sign whatever that she's interested.
Yeah.
Sorry for the ramble. I guess what I want to know is, should I just suck it up and be the one who always initiates? Yes. Should I be worried
Yeah.
that she no longer initiates or wants to get sexy? That is a little alarming. Yeah,
So I feel like if he initiates more often, she will probably initiate at times too. I don't think it's like
Yeah.
just he has to initiate all the time. He just probably thinks that's where it's going.
All right, so what he says is, I by no means expect her to be in a full lingerie set. Here's my
Plus,
advice.
you could ask her.
Yeah, like if you don't expect her to be in a full lingerie set,
Or buy her one.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you don't expect her to be in a full lingerie set, you'll never see her in a full lingerie set ever again. Is that the kind of marriage that you want? Like, why don't you just periodically, maybe monthly or bi-monthly, give her like a fucking $250 gift card to
Wow,
Victoria's
so
Secrets?
simpy.
Give her a $250 gift card to Victoria's Secrets to say, this is it for the explicit purpose of you buying. This is for the explicit purpose of you
For
buying
pleasing me.
for buying lingerie. Like, you're not gonna buy granny panties with this
Why
$250.
Why wouldn't
Like,
you just buy it for her? Why would you
Because-
make her buy it?
because it, like, I don't know exactly the exact measurements of her body the way that she does. Like,
Whoa.
she will be able to buy.
You could ask her or like learn about. Like
I don't know. I think just giving her the card saying, "Hey, buy
That's
some,
always a great idea.
buy
Give her a
something."
card.
Well, like a gift card that you have a predetermined amount on.
Mhm.
So, and like you say, here's 250. Like, buy something that we'll both enjoy, and frame it exactly that way. Here's $250.
Now, say,
Buy something that we'll both
that I'll
enjoy.
enjoy.
Well, I by no means expect her to be in full lingerie every night, but every once in a while would be nice to see my beautiful wife not going to bed in baggy sweatpants and a large tee.
I don't understand that. I find that attractive.
Like, would you find it attractive if every single night that's what you saw, like that's what you got
Well,
from
would
your
you
spouse?
Find it sexy if they had lingerie every night?
No, like like variety is the spice of life. Like, you want there to be like variety. You don't want that. You don't want to get stale in your marriage. I wouldn't want to get stale in my marriage.
I
So,
feel like I wouldn't really care one way or the other.
all right. Well, lastly, I'm the type of guy that wants to make sure his woman is feeling it too, and she isn't just having sex to fulfill my needs. That's fair. I'm not sure how I would feel if she did start to shut me down when I make those attempts. We are pushing 40, and I really don't want to continue wasting time beating around the bush, literally. So that means that he's implying she's letting her bush grow out, which is...
Oh, I thought he was talking about beating it, like masturbating.
In that case, he's... One of them... They're probably both allowing their grooming habits to lap.
I wasn't thinking about the bush part. I was thinking about the beating part.
Who knows? Either
It
way...
could be both.
Yeah, like, it's probably all of the symptoms of the bedroom dying. So, dude, you gotta get out those electric paddles, warm them together, clear, and fucking shock resuscitate your sex life, because, I mean, you've made this commitment to be monogamous with this woman. Having sex 24 times a year. I mean, that, like,
more than you do.
it's but like I'm not in a relationship with someone. It is more than me. It's more than me. But like, if I had a spouse who I was never able to have sex with another woman ever again, yeah, like that's not gonna fly to me. P.S. We both work from home and have really flexible schedules. There's plenty of time when the kids aren't around, so I
Alright,
guess
start initiating.
I guess that's also the frustrating part of it. And I like what this person said. I think this is really good. This sounds like a sex therapist wrote this advice.
Okay.
Foreplay begins during the day. How you treat your partner, how you touch them, speak to them. It doesn't start with a slap and a tickle. As for initiating, a woman will always want a man to initiate. A woman's version of initiating is rubbing her butt on you during cuddling or shaking in a weird way and sighing. Not all of them will tell you, but every girl has little signs. It's like they will never spark up the conversation when you first meet, but they will always make sure that they are in your orbit. Also, if you're not already good at it, learn to really go down on a woman, like toe curling, leg shaking style. Also, learn to massage her clitoris. Well, no shit, Sherlock, but whatever. Learn the little things she likes. If you do all of this and she doesn't respond, I'd be surprised. I think that's good. Good advice. What is your advice? Like you say, get comfortable initiating.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
yeah.
it's like I don't see why it would be an issue for you to initiate. Like you want it, so why wouldn't you want to initiate anyway? Just like it, I don't think it's like even close to a big deal. Even if you were to be the only one initiating all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't even think that will be the case. And she probably does like what that guy said, where she initiates in ways that are more subtle,
Yeah.
like sighing and
yeah, exactly. If a
rubbing
girl,
against them, like
yeah.
that.
Yep. Seems like your partner wants to have sex. It might just be the time that's wrong. Maybe have a talk with your partner about optimal prime time for sex. Welcome to the prime time matchup of John and Jane. We got a heavyweight battle between the two. I'm Kevin Burkhart, and we're here. They're gonna do missionary again with the lights off in their marital bed.
I heard the most optimal time when men and women are at their horniest together is around 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Really?
Yeah. Well, I think men's spikes earlier in the day and women's spike later in the day or something, but like that's the best part where it coincides.
I think morning sex is always good. You don't need a nasty blue pill to, be ready to go. You might have just woken up from like a dream of, banging your wife, and then you can make your dreams come true. I think, yeah, like I said, I think morning sex is great. But I also think night sex is great.
Well, I'm pretty sure you think anything.
Yeah.
Testosterone levels peak in the early morning around 8 a.m.
Yep.
And that's probably why morning wood is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is for women though. The study finds what part of the day men and women prefer to have sex, but it's narrowed it down to an exact time: 11:21 p.m. for women and 7:45 a.m.
Fellas, if you're listening, set your fucking alarms to 11:21. No matter what you're doing, go get some flowers, go get some chocolates, and just fucking turn that Riz game on volume 11 at 11:21 a.m. You said?
p.m. 11:21 p.m.
Rye said he's watching. Rye,
Mhm.
comment. I haven't heard from you all fucking night. Love to hear from you, Rye. And Rye, I asked you the question of if you could ask Warren Buffett, and I'll ask everyone who's watching, if you could ask Warren Buffett one question, what would it be? Make sure you all set a timer to 11:21. You said a.m.?
Yeah.
p.m.
Why you say it?
Well, set two timers.
James
Fuck it.
Brennan said he's hiding in the corner.
He's cucking.
Stop it. Get some help.
My partner and I get really sluggish when it's night after a big meal, but enjoy having intimacy. So we had a talk about when the best time would be for us to have sex. That helped us increase our amount of sex. Not sure if it will help though, because sometimes our foreplay is just asking, "You want to go have sex?"
That's hot.
Like fucking.
I'm kidding. That's not really hot.
I mean, so like
But you can do it.
yeah, like
it's not like it's a bad thing.
when you got 3 kids, like time is precious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right. Good relationship. Oh man, do we? I think I want to save this one for another time. Because this is like a long topic. Oh, this is a good one. Am I the asshole for refusing to apologize for slapping my boyfriend when he smashed our birthday cake into my face?
What the fuck happened here? I mean, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna need more context.
I'm a 34-year-old female. My boyfriend Charles is a 38-year-old male, and we celebrate our birthdays together. This year, I contributed a small private room at a restaurant, and we invited 11 people. 4 of them are my friends, the rest are his family. I wanted to celebrate a new achievement in my career and thought it would be great to just splurge a little and get some delicious food. So we had access to the menu, drinks, and our cake. I had agreed to pay for one half of the food, aside from having rented the small space myself. The space was paid for in advance. The food at the end, as in any restaurant. We had issues last year because I felt that he was doing low effort things while I always did my best to give him a nice birthday celebration. We have an income gap, but it wasn't even about money. I was making less money last year and I still made things work for him. So this year, he took care of inviting people, paid for the cake, and got me a spice rack as a present, which I loved. I made myself pretty, got my eyebrows and eyelashes done, and had my hair done. We were told to pose and pretend to blow the candles because I didn't want to blow our germs on the cake. Then we each had a picture alone with the cake. When it was my turn, I was holding the cake when he pushed my face towards the cake, so I tried to fight it. His family started cheering, and then he arched over my body and forced me to bend over until my face smashed the cake.
Is this supposed to be playful?
I guess, but my friends tried to get him off me, and he resorted to plastering cake and frosting on my hair. I don't need to describe the mess because I'll never be able to end this post, but I ended up slapping him when he attempted to do it again. His mother got up, and she got into an argument with one of my guests. I had to cross the main floor. Sounds like a Jerry fight. Rest in peace, the GOAT. My friend tried to get him off me, and he resorted to plastering cake and frosting on my hair, blah, 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 blah. His mother got up. She got into an argument with one of my guests. I had to cross the main floor with cake all over my face to use the restroom. When I looked in the mirror, I had cake on my neck. And this is actually, like, it actually is sad. Like, I feel
I mean, I don't know why that was the big deal. the neck?
When I looked in the mirror, I had cake on my neck, and my blouse had red and blue coloring that didn't come off. I had to wash my face and get my hair in a bun because it looked less messy that way. When I came back, my family were all long faces. I told him what he did was unacceptable, and he said it was just a joke, that everybody has done that throughout the ages, and that me slapping him just ruined my image in front of his family. I started crying and gathered all my stuff to leave. I notified him that he should pay for himself and his guests. My friends insisted on paying for their own food, but I refused, and we ended the night right there.
Ryan McMullen said, "Hi, friends."
Hi, Rye.
Hi, Ryan.
I know what your problem is. You do? You're just like me.
Joseph Fowler said, "Nice pick by the birds."
Are we talking about the safety, or have we haven't done anything since?
Well, it's the third round now.
Okay.
Actually, is that today or is that?
Yeah, the second and third round are tonight, and then fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh are tomorrow. Blah 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 blah. I notify them. Blah 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 blah. My friends wanted to treat me to having dinner elsewhere, but I wasn't comfortable with my appearance. They ended up sending me the money that I spent, and that broke my heart.
Oh my God, the Browns are getting all my players.
Who?
Harold Fanning Jr.
I don't know who that is.
Tight end for Bowling Green. He had like 1,200 yards last year. Or
Okay.
14. He like killed it.
I don't know like any of this fucking draft class. Charles had to pay for one half of the remaining bill and got charged a cleaning fee. Well, good. That's what happens when you fucking start some shit. I still love him, but I'm clear that I'll never be able to forgive him. We talked about it.
Never? I feel like you should be able to forgive over that. Dude, Fannin had 1,555 yards last year as a tight end. 10 touchdowns, 117 receptions.
Okay,
Jeez.
okay, Fannin.
I mean, it's like Bowling Green, but still.
Yeah. But I'm clear that I'll never be able to forgive him. We talked about it, and I ended things. He's convinced that I never loved him. He acknowledged what he did was wrong, but is adamant that his family hates me for slapping him and that it's my fault. I told him that he ruined not only our birthday, but also my way to celebrate my career milestone. I've worked very hard to get to where I am, and that his behavior showed me what my future will look like. And that I'm sorry to say it, but he was so aggressive and so focused on making his family laugh at my expense that I just realized he's not good enough, and that I've lost my confidence to be seen with him in public, because I don't know what else he will pull out of his ass.
Whose birthday did you say it was?
They have their birthdays so close together that they celebrate the same birthday, basically. He says he paid for that cake. That he's not saying the fucking price of the cake is so irrelevant in this
situation. And why did
situation.
you ruin the cake by smashing your face into it?
I paid for that cake. I'll do what I want with it. I'll smash your whole fucking family's face in that cake.
What the fuck?
It's my cake. I'll do what I want with it. He wants his cake and he wants to eat it too.
The tradition for doing that is more of a wedding thing, not a birthday.
And some of the commenters talk about that. He's not saying that it was okay to smash it, but it's not like I paid for everything. He wanted me to apologize to his mom, but I refused. Important. I'm not proud of my reaction. We've never had any physical altercations. He says his mother feels humiliated because of what I did and that she has been struggling with mild depression. Fucking bitch. Fuck off. I didn't know, and I came off as violent. Am I the asshole for refusing? I already blocked him. His guest paid for the other half of his bill after being told they needed not pay for anything.
I'd say he's more the asshole, but I don't think her reaction was great either, and it seemed a little over the top with some of it. I understand, getting cake all, ruining the mood, getting cake all over your hair and your dress, but I feel like you can forgive someone over that. I don't think that's never forgivable.
I kind of agree.
I don't think apologizing to the mom is a bad, she might be more at fault, but I don't even know what she did, but I guess egged him on maybe, but starting an apology can get her to apologize and get things better. I don't think it's bad to do that.
I don't know. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to unblock him and say, listen.
He blocked.
Yeah, at the end she said she blocked him.
Jeez.
But I think it's fair to unblock him and say, listen, here's the way I feel. I feel that,
they broke up, didn't they?
Yeah.
I feel like it's fine if you're just breaking up altogether. I don't think it matters whether you block or unblock.
Yeah, I mean it sucks, but if he should know, he should know not to do that. You know what I mean? And if he's trying to justify it, maybe if he was taking 100% accountability, not saying the shit about I paid for the cake. No, take 100% accountability. Be like, babe, I'm so fucking sorry. It was the dumbest thing I ever did. Please, please, please. I love you so much. That would be one thing. But I think it's fair to. I think it's fair that she slapped him, and I think it's fair that she was breaking up with him.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't think that's breakup worthy, but I don't know. I
mean, I'd have to see how dolled up she was and how messy she looked at the end of it.
I definitely get that, and I get that it could take a while to forgive for that. I understand that, but I feel like there is a point where you can forgive that, even if you were really dressed up and everything.
All right, and this will be the last piece of Reddit advice.
Especially if he were to actually apologize, it sounds like he doesn't even really care about that.
Yeah, he's he's upset with the consequences. He's not upset with the behavior.
Yeah, if he were to sincerely apologize, I feel like she would she should be able to forgive him.
Yeah, I agree.
And if he agrees to not do that again.
Yeah, I mean, not agree. He has to he has to repent. He has to repent for that fucking.
What, you mean give her something?
No, just like he did something very close to unforgivable, and the only way to be forgiven is to like truly denounce every
Sure.
bit of his actions in order to, you know what I mean, like to gain her
Well,
forgiveness.
also, would never do it again.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah, like definitely. Okay, this is the last one. We've been together 25 years. Around year 3, her career started to take off. We also knew that we wanted children, but we were also both working 50 to 60 hours per week. So we made the decision that I would take a more family-friendly career, teaching, and I'd take care of the kids and the home so she could focus on her career. And it worked. Her income puts us in the top 3% of income earners in the US.
Teachers are family friendly. Like, don't they have to do a lot of work outside of school? Like
Really
planning
fucking
stuff.
grade tests, like
Well, you still have to like plan tests and plan the curriculum. Like,
I mean, there's fucking like textbooks
guess in
that
the
have
summer,
like, especially if he's like a math teacher, that can like math doesn't change. You know what I mean? Like, especially if he's teaching math to like 6th graders or 8th graders. Like, teaching can be an extremely family friendly career. And it works. Her income puts us in the top 3% of income earners in the U.S. We have 4 kids, 2 of whom are adults now. All of them are doing well. The house stays
how
clean.
are they top 3 income as a teacher?
No, that's what he is.
Oh, okay.
She's.
I thought their combined was.
No, they're combined as top 3%, but yeah, like, but
I feel like the teaching part would drag it down.
I mean, I don't think like being top 3% only means you're earning like $200,000 a year. I don't think you need to be like a group of rocket scientists to earn top 3%.
Top 3%, 350,000.
350. Wow. Huh? Okay. So he's probably making 100. She's probably making 250.
She makes more than that?
Yeah, they've been together. He took the family friendly career.
Oh, he took the.
Her career took off.
Okay.
I know it's.
So he's a teacher. I don't know what she is.
Yeah, I don't think he mentions what she does, but.
Oh, I thought this was her saying.
No. This is written by a
That's
guy.
why I was
This is
confused.
this is so. This is so outside the realm of gender norms that your like mind is being blown.
Well, no.
That this is being written by a man because of how unlikely it is that a man is like a stay-at-home husband.
The woman saying it.
No. No. Okay, so the house stays clean. I do all the grocery shopping and make all the meals. Everything is going exactly as we'd hoped for. Then why are you writing on Reddit? Because it's not. But my wife is still working 50 to 60 hours per week. She's under a tremendous amount of stress. Tremendous amount of stress. So much stress. Her stress is huge. While at the same time, as our kids get older and more independent, my own stress levels are decreasing. Well, this is what being the stay-at-home spouse is like. It's not that stressful.
Unless you have a kid.
I mean, like, unless you have a young kid who requires constant attention. They have 4 kids, but they're all grown. Yeah. At least once per week now, she makes a joke about my winning the lottery. What do you want for dinner? To win the lottery, she'll say.
I think make enough.
I know she's just joking, but damn, I hate how it makes me feel. It's not like I can switch careers now and make as much as she's making. She's set the bar way too high for that. This was a decision we made together all those years ago, and now I feel like she resents me for it. Well, I mean, fucking, she's got a hypergamous brain, and yeah, like, she does not respect you as being her superior.
Why is that an assumption?
It's not the assumption, it's the fact.
No, that's definitely an assumption.
Well, why does he feel like she resents him?
That's how he feels. That's his assumption.
Well, why is she?
We don't even know how she feels. Is there communication on this?
Yeah,
we haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, she says, "What do you want?" He says, "What do you want for dinner?" She says, "For you to win the lottery, so I can quit my job." Like that's a
Wait,
when did
she say the quit the job part? You didn't even mention that.
Yes, I did.
No, you just said to win the lottery.
Yeah, for you to win the lottery, so I can quit my job. I know she's just joking, but damn, I hate how it makes me feel. It's not like I can switch careers now and make as much as she's making. She's set the
I
bar
also
way
just
too
think
high for
that's
that.
a working 60 hours a week kind of thing. You just don't want to work anymore. It's not
Yeah.
about it's about just being set for life. It's not about like wanting him to make more money.
So what you said and what this commenter said are aligned, and it's kind of troubling because there's probably
Oh.
many people that are in this situation. I'm just wondering how you can be in the top 3% of earners for over 20 years and not game plan an early retirement plan. Facts.
You said they were married 25 years, right? Or
Does he
was
say
a
that?
different one?
I think he, yeah, we've been together 25 years.
Okay.
Probably not married the whole time, but like, yeah. I mean, they have 4 children and 2 of which are out of the house.
Mhm.
The other 2 are probably like close to being adults and close to being out of the house. The OP says she didn't start in the top 3%. She's worked her way
Yeah.
up to that. Yeah. Sounds like it's time to start aggressively building retirement savings. Perhaps you can also start looking at promotion possibilities since your stress is going down. Promotion possibilities. He works in a school. What's he gonna do? Like become the
Principal,
yeah? Like no.
superintendent.
Like his career. Like this is what happens to, and this explains the wage gap. This is what happens mostly to women is they forego a career trajectory in order to rear the children, and so this man is
Doesn't explain the wage gap.
this man is on the bottom of the wage gap. He will never be able to earn as much as his wife because he has.
But it's not about. That's not what the wage gap is. The wage gap is earning in the same field of study. It's not about earning as much as like whatever your wife is doing.
Your wife is stressed and burning out. Her jokes aren't a personal attack. They are a cry for help. Instead of getting offended or hurt by it, try seeing what you can do to alleviate some of that burden. I understand you both made a decision for you to take an easier career to take care of the kids and the home, but maybe that dynamic isn't working as well as it used to. And she sees the kids are getting more independent, which is easing your load and stress levels, while hers remains the same. That can easily cause resentments, and rightfully so. Just because a decision was made back then doesn't mean it works forever. It isn't fair for her load to remain as high as yours loosens while you also benefit from it. Maybe ask if there's anything on her plate you can take over, or suggest something. You need to have a serious talk about what she needs. If she's fixating on this, either scale back her work and your lifestyle. Yeah, that's like lifestyle creep. I mean, if you're living in a fucking 5-bedroom house and you only have 4 people, like maybe downsize your house. Maybe pick up a job, fucking Ubering people around or
Why
anything.
is that always the go-to? Start Ubering.
Because it's something that is like where your earning potential is proportionally direct to how much work you put into it. You don't have to like learn tricks of the trade. You don't have to develop any hard skills. You just drive. I mean, fucking. Although, but there are like a lot of shitty parts about Uber. Like your car takes wear and tear. Your insurance goes up. Like they don't. I don't think they take taxes, so you need to set money aside. If you earn a substantial amount in Uber, and you need to pay, your taxes and shit like that. Do I have to point out that you don't need to be in the top 3% and would likely be happier with less? Facts. I upvoted that. Like,
You'd be happier with us?
yeah, she's burnt out. You don't need to
you're
be.
talking about her?
Yeah, you don't need to be earning $350,000 a year to be happy. If it's like killing you, like let her fucking demote herself.
Well, I need to know what their budgeting plan is because it sounds like no matter what they'd be making, they'd probably be budgeting for it.
Yeah, like it sounds like lifestyle creep is
Because
a
like
big.
they should have. What's lifestyle?
Lifestyle creep is when
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, had a couple drivers telling me they made 6 figures driving for Uber.
wow. Lifestyle creep is when you like like how people say like live on less than you make. Like as your earnings go up, so do your expenses. Like, that's not the key to wealth generation. The key to wealth generation is your earning increases, but your expenses stay low. So like every bit of a gap that you can put between your expenses and your earning is going to make you more wealthy. And if a lot of people just keep those two lines going in the exact same, gap. She's burned out. Look at her pulling back to a less stressful position. I did that a few years ago. Now that your kids are grown, I think you guys need to readjust so her workload is reduced. She shouldn't still be working 60 hours a week. That's unfair. I get it, but I would chalk it up to her feeling stressed and just said something that didn't land well. Seems like everything else is good. Make her a special meal. Yeah, that's going to fix everything. Over the weekend and help her relax.
I think you mean like more on like a weekly basis or something nice for not just do it one time.
I suppose, but that's not going to it's not going to.
It'll relieve some of her stress. You don't think it'll help?
It'll help, but
That's
like
the whole point.
how much will it help? Like maybe 0.001%. Like she's like making cooking extra for her is not going to make her work burn out any
It's going to
less.
make her feel more relaxed at home and happier when she gets home.
Yeah, but if she's working 60, I
work 60 hours.
Yeah, like
I feel that stress.
Honestly, like, all right, 60 hours is not a crazy amount. It's a lot. I don't work that
more
much.
Than most, because most people are going to be just doing 40 and
yeah,
maybe a little more.
Like at my first job, at my primary job, I don't work 60 hours a week, but like I do a lot throughout the week where I'm putting like 60 hours of my energy and commitment and devotion into.
I think the thing is that she was probably doing the 60 hours a week for like 25 years, then I can see the burnout definitely being a thing.
Oh, all right. This will be the last one because this is perfect for the hashtag FYB movement. Had a mom ask me to buy her toddler a snack at Starbucks. You know what I'd tell her? Fuck yo, baby. I had a flight to catch and was early, so I had time to wait around. This was not at the airport, but close by in a nice shopping district. Line wasn't too long. Mother with a toddler and a stroller in front of me placed her order, but stood next to me as I placed mine. The fuck? I had my app ready to pay, and as the order was being said back to me, she leaned into the snack counter, grabbed a fruit box, and said, "This too. I forgot to get this for my baby. You don't mind, do you?" While looking at me and the cashier. I definitely have social anxiety and try to avoid conflict, but I wasn't about to pay for a stranger's fruit medley just because they asked. I looked at her.
Wait, wasn't she paying for the kids' food already or something?
She already like rung herself up and paid, and then like got out of line, and like it was only them two in line, and then he's like paying, and she like really quickly grabs like a juice box, puts it on the counter, and like, "This too. Hope you don't mind."
So confused.
What's confusing? Like
story.
she got her coffee.
Okay.
She got her coffee.
Oh, she bought her.
Yeah, she was in front of him. Bought herself a coffee, and then paid. Got out of line, but like was still like lurking there around him. He said like he's up at the register paying for his order, and then she says, "Oh wait, by the way, this too. Hope you don't mind." So what are you doing? You're a nice guy, so you're paying for her juice box, aren't you?
Is there 3 people here?
If you include the baby and the cashier.
All right, so this lady bought her coffee, and then you're up, and she's asking you to pay for her fruit medley for her kids?
Fruit. Is that what he said, or fruit? Was it a fruit medley? Either way, yeah, it's some fruity thing for her toddler. Blah, 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 blah. A fruit box. Is that a fruit medley? Yeah.
I thought it was like a drink.
That's what I thought. I thought a juice box, but you might be right, a fruit medley. Either way, like throws this little fucking fruity thing, which at Starbucks is probably like a fucking $8 thing or whatever.
But
I forgot to get this for my baby. You don't mind? Fuck yo baby. Fuck yo baby. Why?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Well,
Fuck yo
how
baby,
do you,
bitch.
How do you forget your baby?
I definitely have social anxiety. I try to avoid conflict, but I wasn't about to pay for a stranger's fruit medley. Oh, that's why you said fruit medley. Just because they asked. I looked at her and the cashier and said, no, fuck your baby. he said, no, I'm going to have to pass on that. And along with the look on my face, that confirmed I meant it. She proceeded to toss it back and rolled her eyes like I was wrong to decline, but didn't say anything else. I'm guessing she's done this before, but who knows?
Why doesn't she just get back in line and buy it?
But who knows? What a mildly infuriating encounter.
I don't understand. So, what would she was just trying
So
what is she trying to use him to buy a fruit? I don't
yeah,
get it.
bro,
That seems so.
cause she's so accustomed to men simping for that fucking bitch.
When
You know
she
what?
says that she has a kid, I feel like men would be less simpy for that.
There's a lot of. I mean,
Yeah, but
there's a lot
that's
of.
gonna be less men than the amount that it usually would be.
You don't mind, do you?
Like,
It's just manipulative
why,
code
like,
for I hope you're too polite to say no.
If she really wanted him to say yes, he wouldn't bring up the kid. If she wanted her chances to increase, she'd just say, "Oh, I forgot about this for myself. Would you mind?" I don't think you mentioned the kid, but I don't understand why this is a sequence of events.
It's astounding. She definitely didn't have the extra cash and chose a $6 caramel macchiato over her kid, shaking my fucking head.
You don't know what you got, but alright.
Fuck yo baby, bitch. I see so much entitlement these days. Where's the humbleness? People are completely out of touch these days. People have always been like this as another person. All right.
So why would I be buying her a fruit medley?
I'm asking, what would you say?
I would say no.
No? Okay.
If it was someone I knew, maybe a stranger. Why would I be doing that?
All right. So it's about that time. One real quick. I'm just going to run one more of these bad boys. So, guys and gals, I don't think it's any mystery that I take my physique seriously. I used to just eat whatever I craved and try to outwork a poor diet. There are still times when I have to force myself to consume food, even if I'm not very hungry. And I don't want to dwell on the importance of not just stuffing empty calories down your fat, bloated gullets, but I found a great solution. So here's the remedy. Holler Boys beef jerky packs 10 grams of lean protein into a fantastic package, and the flavors are to die for. Peach bourbon, which we're trying tonight, honey habanero, southern barbecue, Chesapeake, fuego, or the tried and true original. My personal favorites are the peach and the habanero. But we all know that I'm sweet and zesty. What's even better about Holler Boys is they're nice and local in tech-friendly Middletown, Delaware, and are founded by a father-son duo. They just started tinkering with their backyard smoker one day, and through trial and failure, have come to present some of the boldest and most memorable flavors I can recall in my beef sampling experience. Forget Slim Jim or Jack Links or Deets Nuts. Holler Boys Snacks packs a great nutritional value in a serving size for an affordable price to stretch your dollar with flavor for days that'll make you holler. Their mission statement rings true to the Good Faith Podcast, that life may throw you around, but you can never give up. How true. Scan the QR code on the screen and find their link in the description and tap into the best beef jerky on the market, hollerboysjerky.com. That's holler with an A. Holler Boys Jerky, the only good jerk. All right. Do you have any closing remarks?
Give me some of that jerky.
Here you go. It is damn good jerky. Damn good jerky. All right. I think that it's going to be time to wrap it up. Oh man, I don't want to do this with a bunch of jerky in my mouth, but I can't resist. The jerky's so good, I got to eat it. Oh.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're done.
Yo, thank you for making this so sweet, Holler Boys.
Thank you for making this that much sweeter.
All right, once again, we want to humbly thank our listeners and pay them ample gratitude for the patronage. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have such a high-quality interactive show, so thank you, audience.
So the audience are a bunch of boys. Yep. What does that mean? What I just said.
I'd like to take this time to remind all of our listeners that we're spreading like a virus. The Good Faith Podcast is now officially on YouTube Live with video as well as archived there, and also Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, RSS.com, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, and Patreon. On Patreon, we're working to build additional value for the multiple tiers of donors with special content, super chat priority, and VIP in-person meetings. We do value your attention, so thank you for quieting your TikTok brain for the last 3 hours. Yo, just like Joe did, Joe's a fucking goat. Fucking goated. If you guys know of any small businesses in the area, people that are trying to get their name out there, our advertising packages are super affordable. I mean, you might as well advertise with us while we're small, and our prices for, our ad space are super reasonable. And, maybe you could be the next Holler Boys Jerky. I have a good feeling about both of our 2 sponsors. I think they're going to take off. This is a reminder, if you feel you got any value from our show, it takes basically 0 extra work to like and subscribe, and it'll move us closer to our goal of having thousands of subscribers, which will bump us up in the algorithm and expose us to more potential listeners. If you guys want to share us with more of your friends, we would be absolutely delighted to extend our outreach. The quickest way for us to broaden our exposure is for you listeners to each share us with 1 friend. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Cherney, do you want to talk about your Ubiama?
I mean, not really. But, and if you want to advocate for treating people with toxic
Bratty toxicity,
we encourage #YourUbiamo. I respect your opinion only because it aligns with my own.
But don't treat people with an aligned opinion with bratty toxicity. Treat them with respect and dignity. But if their opinion deviates from yours in any way, fuck them.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
Our other movement, fuck yo baby. Fuck yo motherfucking baby. I don't want to go into it, but please spread awareness of our cause. If there's a kid that's like fucking spiking on Adderall, Red 5, and, artificial sweeteners, they're running around a coffee shop like they're fucking, there are no rules, and it's obvious that their, parent is just fucking lackadaisically letting them do whatever the fuck they want, not instilling any discipline in them. They're probably going to end up being a burden on society, probably going to borrow a bunch of federal student loans when they grow up to become a barista, or so they could become like a communications major or something stupid. I hope they slip on a banana peel like it's Mario Kart. Fuck yo baby.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
If you live in the greater Philadelphia area, you want to guest star on our show, want to go on a date with anybody, please reach out to us in an Instagram DM at Christopher Bulick. The Patreon link's in the description, and all proceeds will go towards rent, food, electricity, new computer equipment to improve our general show quality. And guys, let me get your feedback. If these new microphones that I just got, if they improve the sound quality, I'll listen. I don't need your feedback, but I love your feedback. So please give me your feedback. If there's anything that we can do to improve our show, please let me know. To all of our faithful audience,
So the audience are a bunch of boys. Yep.
we wish you a wonderful weekend and a happy and healthy lifestyle. To all of you, we bid you goodbye.
Goodbye. And if you need money, sell rocks. I heard that's what they do around here.